do? Yeah, man. Bomba clats. What's up, Luis? Man, you be in there. You putting in your work on study today, fam. Okay. Turn off the Manchester United notifications. Donut disturb. Hey, so I wonder, I hear sometimes the YouTube notifications be tripping, so I'm actually glad that you got it. All right, so YouTube is working fine. I don't see any face-based people yet, so let's see how that do. So we're finna do this. Never mind them last 11 seconds. Yay. Here we go. What's happening, peoples? I guess you should do it like this, Doc. What's happening, folks? We in here. We doing it. All right, we got the first 12 folks up in here. Grab some. Yes, I will. Yes, Miss D is in the building. How you doing, Miss D? Miss D, I'm going to be straight fumbling in Canva today. I don't know what the heck I'm doing, so I might be like, hey, Ma, how do you do this? Like, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. Why? What are you doing? Why are you asking me weird questions, YouTube? That's funny. Okay. Yes, we'll go ahead and click that, and then we'll save that. All right, we got that's going. That looks okay. David says he's driving, and if that came in on the restream bot, that means David is on Facebook. Okay, I just need to make sure that all of the streameries are working. Okay, so let me tell you guys what our attempt to do today is. We're going to attempt to make overlays in Canva, because a lot of people will be asking that question, so that's what we're fixing to do. First of all, mad shouts out go to Bishop. He's here. Mr. Riley, JR is in the building. BC, bruh, you did a fantastic job on the wrap up last night, bruh. You did it. You know what? Lim is kind of sort of fired, and you got it. It's your show now. Never mind, Lim. No, bro, you killed it, bro. You absolutely killed it. It was so dope, man. I appreciate you. Hey, how's it going? Thank you for the subscribers right there. I did turn my thing on. Thank you, Lim, for the lemon drop, bro. I appreciate that. That is so dope. It's kind of funny. I'm glad he found it. I found it yesterday when I was on Mrs. D stream, and I was like, bruh, Lim would love this. This is so cool. So Lim found the holding his hands together with gratitude on his face. I told you guys on the beta stream when we was playing with this, make sure that we remember to put this joint back on brand, because otherwise it's going to look straight weird. And yep, I forgot to put it back on brand. Wow. All right, now we good. Lim, I'm That's good. Let's get you slightly bigger. I'm appreciating the new. I like the fact that you got your channel thing situated. It's kind of cool. Hopefully, YouTube will get it sussed out to where when someone like you can add people in descriptions now. And I don't know if a lot of people remember that, but it's very important that once you folks hit 100, you go and assign your channel a channel name, so then you can be properly added in descriptions. Otherwise, people have to paste in your whole YouTube URL, and it just looks kind of whack in the description to see this gigantic URL. And I guess the URL shorteners, they do work, but then they kind of take it off brand a little bit. So it's kind of dope when you can just put @Diana Gladney and it shows up, or I can hit, like @DocRock in a YouTube description and it shows up. So yeah, as soon as you guys hit that 100, make sure you go into your channel and hit customize and go in and fix the name of your channel so that you can be blessed. It's kind of dope. It makes life much easier. What's up, Kai? Good to see you here. It was funny you had everybody tripping when you was on Waimanalo. Oh, I think he's in Hawaii. Even though I've said 100 million times that you, Topher, and I were classmates whenever Topher shows up. And, I don't know if you saw it, but Sulio commented on us in the post the other day, which was one of the last of our team members. We're missing 2 other people, Penny and Aaron. What's up, Elo? Good to see you here. Yeah, right, Mr. Wally? Man, the boys did so good last night. You had Mr. Roar himself in there. I mean, you guys was kind of good. It's like we could almost just get rid of DJ Strick and Lemuel. You guys are good. No, I'm glad that more people want to help because it makes it easier so those dudes don't have to kill themselves. Strick was working 7 nights a week like a Jamaican. Right, Miss D?
Yeah, Strick would just get stuck in a smile. He just like, yeah, man, he's like, Strick, get some rest, brother.
Right. They did a great job last night.
They crushed it. I watched the replay. It's like I come in for a little bit, but I'm usually at the end of the night, I'm out. I'm usually like up at 4 or something, going for, until 8 o'clock that night. But I came back this morning and checked in the live. They gave a lot of great feedback, a lot of great insights from even just like industry for what that person was into, their actual video critiques. Like they did an amazing job last night. It was a great, like I want to see them 3 do it again. I really, really do.
Oh, okay. So I'm clearly misinformed. This lady named Diana said you can get your channel URL at 100, but they can't add you until you get 1,000.
Yeah, you got to have 1,000 for them to. Yeah, you can add somebody in the description if you're at 1,000, and it'll actually do the hyperlink deal. But but it's still important though.
Yeah,
it's still important if you got a brand,
right?
Yeah, it's like, and that's the thing. Like, so Lim, I'm glad he went with the Lim drops because he can completely brand that as him. Because you got different hats that you wear. Right. So like the LJA ministries, like he was saying, yes, like maybe people just automatically will be turned off based on their own personal experience and pre-assumptions of that, versus like Lim Drops is me. Like that's me, So when you come into the channel, you come in to see me and engage with me and all the aspects of that. So I'm glad he did that and went with his channel like that. It's dope.
Yeah, like I'm super open-minded, so I'm not like turned off, but like younger me was, because I was so like running away from that life. I was running full speed ahead just because it was some, mad, insane church drama when I was a kid, So I'm like, I'm not going to lose my face, but I didn't feel like I needed to be in a room full of a bunch of other backsliders in order to have that process with me, And then the military didn't help, sending me to a foreign, spot at a young age to go be mad at somebody else because they weren't Christian.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So but what really kind of blew my mind and kind of shook me, and which is why I was talking to Lim offline. We had this conversation. When I got into like Brian Tracy and Zig and like Jim Rome and like all of the top cats, Stephen Covey, like all of the top cats, majority of them cats is ministers, right? Didn't know that. Like even I was like a couple chapters into a Joel book, and I was like, wait, Joel is one of these TV minister dudes.
You're right. Yeah.
I just caught the book from the bookstore. It was like on the front, they got that table of inventory remainders. That's inside book term. And I started reading. I was like, man, this guy is dope. I was like, wait a minute. This guy runs a big old church. And I was like, do I want to keep reading it? But the information is good. Okay, keep reading it. So
Yeah, exactly.
Even Ayana Van Zant, another one, that's she's a beast. My God.
I love her so much. Like, she is #speaking, communication goals, all the rest. And it's just like, again, it's like when you find like your core you, and I think everybody kind of goes through that as well. Not to, I guess, get too off topic or whatever, but it's like same thing. Like, I was 19, I left the house. Actually, I graduated from high school when I was 17, turned 18 in college. And so after like my first year, it's like I'm 19 I'm like, what do I actually believe? What do I actually feel and stuff like that? So you got to question all of the stuff that you may have learned, bad or good, to really decide what you want. And it was funny, like getting into Think and Grow Rich with Napoleon Hill. He actually originally, like, his manuscript of the book talked a lot about God and stuff like that. And they were like, man, ain't nobody going to read this. You're going to have to reframe this so that it's more acceptable, so people can digest it no matter what they believe, even if the principles are the same. So that's when he was like, okay, I'll go back and change some stuff. Same stuff. And then all of the great men or whatever, all of those were believers too. And so they was like, well, we're just going to say universe. We're going to say whatever, infinite intelligence. And that way somebody can agree to that is something, energy, something, versus just like if you don't necessarily believe in God. But that way you still can have the principles and whatever, and just, grow in your faith, or just grow in your faith and even in yourself. So it's a lot to that. But yeah, that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, true that. And Patrick is in the building. What's up, Patrick?
Hey, Patrick.
Kim Bucha, Konnichiwa. It's still Ohio to me, but I think you're in Konnichiwa land. Either way, man, her channel is good. Like, it's very well polished, yo. And she keeps thinking like I'm rookie. No, your channel is well polished. You're on your way, girl.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put you on the list for Let's Get Live excursion to Japan. I know you're gonna be down, so you can help me corral these folks, and they be like, "What'd that say over there?" And I'll be like, "Man, you better get Google Camera and translate that joint. Leave me alone. I'm eating."
Exactly.
All I do in Japan is eat. Like, Ted and I eat like 8 times a day while we over there. It's kind of crazy. It's so good. That's why. Okay, so gang, before we jump into Canva real quick, I just wanted to finish giving you guys props on what you guys are doing. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. Man, I'm loving your Glitch 2600. I had to explain to them folks the other day what 2600 was. Brant and a couple of other OGs, they knew, but yeah, I mean, you're doing great on your set. I just love the work everyone's putting in. Oh, yes, I'm not, Kim Bucha says, not wearing TubeBuddy gear. Look, I went to go visit my version of Sylvia Nixon over here.
Okay. Hey, let's get live.
I had to get the Christmas edition put together. so that's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah, it's very, very good. You guys are killing it. You're doing good. Wonder Twins are in the building. Yes. Let's see. And there's people talking to me on Facebook. I can't see who you folks is, but it's okay. We love you nonetheless in anonymity. Noble is in here. He finna say something about the Chiefs. I'm gonna have to kick him out. Marky can't spell. She dope, but I love you, Marky. You cool? Man, superstar Sammy is in the building.
Sammy.
Bro, young Jedi Sammy.
Can I get your autograph, sir?
Right. Young Jedi Sammy is on the come up right there. Very, very good. Kim says she's ready for Japan. Okay, let's go. Kat ordered her Vlogmas shirt, and then yeah, cool. Let's see. Patrick knows. Patrick's OG too. Yes, and Kim said thank you guys for all you guys help in the community, which I was definitely talking about earlier. Somebody said props to you for helping them with their thumbnails and colors yesterday.
Okay.
Now I gotta go to the Facebook feed and see like who that I can't see who talking to me. So yeah, it was very. I mean, yeah, your show was killing it yesterday. I love how June kept harassing you, which was funny. June is like, oh, here come one of these 5-hour joints.
That's why I was like, man, no. I was like, you know what? You just put me on notice. We about to wrap up right now.
Dude, you gotta know my little brother. He's a special one. He's kind of crazy.
Indeed.
That was Lola. Okay, Lola said that.
Lola.
Lola, you
Oh, yeah,
better
yeah, yeah.
bring your gothic chick, whatever, in over to here. That's where you gotta come.
Hey, super
Dr.
chat.
Elo with the super chat. Thank you, brother. Man, Dr. Elo, I love when you take us on your walkabouts through the hood. That's kind of cool
Mm,
too. Like we were,
mhm.
Brant was talking about it yesterday. People talking about when those of us take other versions of us out to their environment, it does kind of help
Yep.
tell a backstory about you and where you're at and things like that. So
Mhm.
yeah, I definitely need to get out more, but we're not technically supposed to be outside, so I got to do it like on the slide. Okay, so let's dive into some Canva. So what I'm gonna do, if I can find what I did with the file, you guys know that Brother Alicio put together a nice set of overlays for people who say
Mm.
don't really have a design, skill or background or whatever, but you just need to get something started. And those are gorgeous and beautiful, and they work, and they're
Yep.
Ecamm friendly. But if you need something a little bit more brand, I want to be able to show you guys how to simply put this stuff together on brand. I don't know what he did it in, but I love, excuse me, hiccup today. I love you know what? Never drink bubble water when you start your show. It will give you,
Bubble
it'll give you
water.
hiccups. LaCroix.
Right.
Um, yeah, I love the Let's Get Lively overlay. I think that's so dope. I don't know if Lim or, okay, Lola showed up correctly. Man,
Right.
dang, damn African chicks. You got to talk to them, make sure she knows what's going on.
Why you give her such a hard time?
Man, I love
Lola, I
Lola
got
because
your back.
I love Lola because she's super hilarious. That's why she cracks me up. She is so
Oh my
funny, and she
goodness.
has such a great sense of humor. So I got to give it to her. And then it was funny because I forgot somebody asked her yesterday like, oh, where she was originally from, and then she said Cameroon, and all I could think of was Eddie Murphy. I have stolen from my brother Nimson. Beef jerky time. That has nothing to do with Lola whatsoever. But as soon as I read
It
that,
just,
it just
yep.
popped in my head because Eddie Murphy was my G back in the day. Okay, let's
Mm-mm.
make sure NDI is properly working. That NDI looks correct. Okay, so these are the ones that Alicio put together for us in the thing. And
Mhm.
I want to show you guys how to do similar oriented things here in Canva. Now, from what I understand, Canva can do movies, right?
Yeah.
I just don't never did that yet. So we're gonna see.
So it's a couple things you can do with the Canva movies and whatnot. So like if you got your video file, the best tip before you upload it is to go ahead and trim it or shave it how you want, because it'll play it. You can put it in like an Instagram story or post or something like that and download it all from Canva, but make sure you go ahead and edit it a little bit before you upload it.
Okay. So because there's no trimming facility inside Canva.
They just did a recent update, so we'll have to check and see what it is today. Like I got my Canva up as well, so I can go and
Okay.
through and
Okay.
check
So
some
what
stuff.
what I'm doing today is I am bringing Canva in from the app version. Okay. So
Okay.
first, let me do this because I don't have a frame built out. Well, I do, but then if I put us in the iMac screen, we're gonna look silly. It's gonna be mad small. So let's do like that, and then wait, you just did that all backwards, Doc. You're such a ding dong. Yeah, I know how to use Ecamm, gang. Okay,
Professionals. We're professionals,
we're
gosh
gonna
darn it.
press this button here, and then you know what? You need to press the right keyboard, Monsignor Doc. See, when you're working in two machines, you look like a fool. All right, cool. Now we must put us in Bradley mode because Bradley said.
Mm,
At first, I was like, I don't need no round ones, but then after Bradley did it, yeah, you do.
yeah, you do.
Yeah, you
It's
do.
needed.
You gotta have some round ones, bro. I love it. Okay, now let me move these over here. And I'm cool with making Miss D's bigger than mine because I'm not that important. All right, we got it like that. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch to Canva. So I am using Canva, the application mode. Hey, I said switch to Canva. And where's my window? Home. Uh-oh. Canva doesn't like NDI? What you doing? Okay. Oh, I was about to get angry. All right, so, I see. That's the reason why I was challenging us. It wants us to update the Canva. Let's do that. Let's see. Let's try not to break nothing while we update Canva real quick. And then I guess I can do it from the website. Just to show you where it is, if you're not familiar, you can go to canva.com and then you can put, oh yeah, see Sammy? I'm glad I'm able to help someone because I thought so too. And it is kind of the web. And you know what? I haven't messed with the app long enough to know if it's like just problematic because it's technically what they call a server-side browser. A server-side browser is when companies will take a web app and then they'll make a version that looks like it's running on your computer, but it's really just running a small Chrome browser. And so I'm hoping it's not one of those because that experience tends to be a little rubbish. But you can go into the regular Canva situation, and then you can go under here and under like getting started or whatever, and you can find the Mac app. Another thing you can do is come down here on the bottom and hit the help and then go straight to the Canva Mac app and download it that way. So I just recently found out about the desktop versions. I don't think they've been in the game for a long time. I think it's still relatively new. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
I like that. I like having it on the computer though. For some reason in my head, as long as it's not one of these little fake Chromium apps, then yeah, it would definitely seem to be. It should be much faster. Okay, so what we need to do is start with video. I'm assuming, and then no, I don't want one of those. I just want a plain thing. So you go to social media. And then YouTube thumbnail would work. Yeah, we'll just use YouTube thumbnail. That would kind of work. All right. So I don't really want to use any of these things, but the main thing is I needed this size right here. And actually, this is going to be 1280 by 720. So now that I think about that, right here on the top, mouse, get bigger, mouse. Right here on the top, there's a thing that says resize, and I'm gonna actually go ahead and change this to 1920 by 1080. But you can pick whichever you wish.
And if y'all have a nonprofit, make sure you sign up for the free pro account for nonprofits. Any 501c3, any of that stuff, get the free pro account.
Yeah, so that's cool. Like I didn't know that. That is cool. All right, so basically what you need to do is decide what you want for your background, right? I'm probably going to just pick a color for this, and we're going to keep it on brand. So bam, got your color in place, right? And I think this will help you see what you're doing when you're just kind of goofing. Then next you want to come over to elements, and you want to press shape. So I'm going to grab this iMac because you know I love doing this. And I'm going to make this kind of obnoxiously big. So this is a good way to do, say, something in the center or over to the side. And that's breathing space, Doc. Breathing space. This is the number one thing that rookies do is they don't make breathing space.
Yeah.
Okay.
And bleed over.
Okay, so let me guys show you a little trick that I use to figure out my breathing space. I'm going to take this guy right here. And I'm going to call it Fitty. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to put that right there. Okay, you see I hit my Mac on the top of that. Then I'm going to take this guy and I'm assuming I can hold the, oh, yes, you can. Hey, now. See, I just did an Illustrator habit just to see if it works. And it works.
Like I said, Canva, they've made some big upgrades, especially like in the last year. I'm very impressed.
Okay, and then one more. So I'm holding down the Option key, or as Linwell likes to say, the Alt key, even though it's the Option key. But Linwell, he's a special one. Hey, dude, just by eyeballing that, Doc, come on, son. How you that good? How are you that good? I literally just eyeballed it and guessed my white space, but it's just long time of doing this. Okay, what's up, Teddy? Good to see you here. Okay, so I basically gave myself a 50 pixel buffer around the outside of this iMac. From what I understand about Canva, this little lamb on the hill set tells me that I can use this as a picture frame, and I'm assuming that also means I can make it transparent, but I don't know, so don't start me lying.
So you can, like, if you got a picture or a video you want to put in there, you can. Or when you download that like it is, you can use just the basic tools in the preview for like
Yeah, that's what I do.
quick time and get rid of it.
Yeah, I use preview to knock it out. But normally what I'll probably do at the end of this is put a solid color in just to make it easier to knock it out, because otherwise you got to knock out several things. So that's basically all you need, fam. If you guys really want the truth all about it, you don't want to be fancy, that's all you need. If you want to have a spot for your clock, like I do on my screen here, you just take this and put it somewhere where you can fit a clock in. I don't know why in my head the analogous of clock is round, but it is. Even though I don't put a round clock in there, I just do it. I have no idea why. It just popped in my head. I think when I first did it, I looked at, like corner to, thank you, Noble. I appreciate you, brother, for the super chat. I think in my head, I just saw the way that it wrapped in the corner of the original iMac frame, and then I just off-cantered it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why I picked that, but you can do anything you want for your clock shape, and I think I just did it like that, which, my brain just does that. Don't ask me why. It can be any shape you want. So this is just a space for the number. As a matter of fact, if we were going to get cute with this, you come over here in the side. Oh yeah, this is cool. You can hide that sucker. You come back over here in the shape as colors. That's not shapes. What did I put shapes? Here we go. Elements. You can look in here in elements, and there's various different frames in that you can use for shapes. Or you can come here and just click the see all, and you can see there's lots and lots of shapes you can use. So say you want to make an overlay come February, you want to stick your clock in there. You could do that. So you can put anything you want for your clock. Now, dummy, come back. Delete the right stuff. You can use the keyboard, Doc. I personally don't use the animating timers. Just because when I decided to make it the way that it is now, I decided to make it that way because everybody and their mother was doing animated timers, and I was just in the Ecamm feed one day, and as I scrolled by, I saw like 8 videos in a row, and they all had LSP timers, which is cool. I mean, hey, but like I tend to run left when everybody runs right. So that's why I started doing the static image with the timer sort of like cranking around on the inside. Okay, so let's go ahead and put our copy in. Oh yeah, I need to pick a shape for what I'm gonna do with this here clock. Let's go for something different because I always do the same one. Oh, here's something kind of cool. Let's go like this here, and then we're gonna take that and we'll just put it like it's hanging off of the iMac. All right, and then we want to back color it to something on brand. That's too dark. Let's go with that. Yeah. We'll do that. All right, cool. All right.
Just to answer Kathy's question, asking like, is this stuff that is free or paid? All of the stuff Doc is doing thus far is in the free. It's only like certain things that start getting into the paid account, but you got a ton of wiggle room. It's a big ceiling in the free account.
Okay, so I'm gonna do my best to stay in free. I don't know this program super well, so if something comes up that's paid, just yell at me so I can tell people.
Okay.
Just check in. Lola was there. I didn't see Kathy's question. Where'd she go?
It was right at the bottom. It just popped up.
Juan said his artistic ability is trash. Don't worry. You know what? Juan, since you brought that up, I'm not gonna pick on you, but here's what's dope about Canva. You get this program because you don't have to have artistic ability, but from looking at the stuff that they post, that they curate and have, artists
Mm-hmm.
make, number one, they're extremely thematic to what time of season and reason it is, but they're
Mm-hmm.
also up on what's popping. So,
Mm-hmm.
okay, write this down in your books. Now that Pantone has decided that a new version of Cool Gray and Illumination, which is yellow,
Yeah.
are the
Yeah.
new
I saw that.
colors. Watch
Yep.
all the designs in Canva and Spark and Pexel, not Pexels.
Mm-hmm.
What that other company is?
Uh.
Place it, place
Yeah.
it. Watch all of these. Watch all these designs start coming up in that gray and yellow colorway, right?
Yep. Yep.
Especially as soon as they drop the cool gray with the yellow splash Nikes or
Yep.
Adidas. Yeah, you'll see it everywhere. So Pantone has officially announced two colors this year, which is supposed to energize us into the 2021, and that's a really elegant looking gray, and then the yellow.
Mm-hmm.
So now that that's what it is, just notice the designs. So what they're saying to you, Julian, is look at those designs. I'm sorry, Juan. I'm mixing up
Yeah.
my
Mixing people.
Latinos. Um, now that you have that, you can look at that and you can see what people are doing and use that as inspiration and take things apart. Like I literally learned design by taking things apart and
Yep.
copying stuff that June does.
And then too, to add to that, like mine suck. It sucks also. Like I'm great with the video stuff, but the thumbnails, all the whatever, all that stuff is horrific for to like to go through or whatever. So that's why I use Canva. And then one pro tip that I do that I would highly, highly suggest everybody else do: go and find like these graphic designers and follow them on Instagram, because I'll take screenshots all day long and I'll be like, oh, I like that, or that will be cool if. So a lot of thumbnails are copied from other designers just with my brand element, my brand fonts, maybe some other stuff I think of afterwards, but get something to give you that initial spark or idea based off of that designer. So you don't have to be one, you just have to be a good follower, be a good student of those people.
True
And
that.
YouTube already did the yellow and the black in their yearly update email that just came out like yesterday. They
Oh,
already they
really?
already switched
I didn't look at it
all of it.
yet.
They switched to it instantly. I said, "Dang, they stay on it,
They're quick. Okay, see, that's good to
on
know.
it."
What I was going to say, I use an application called Day One is my go-to journal. If you guys watched the video yesterday, I spoke on it real quick. Um, I use Day One to clip things that I get inspiration from on the way. I am
Hmm.
thinking about switching to ClickUp because it's a little bit management oriented
Hmm.
or Notion or Craft. So I'm polishing with three different tools right now, trying to pick which one I'm going to live in until something better comes up because I am leaving
Hmm.
Evernote. I am kind of over it at this point. I don't know, I get bored of apps at a certain point. So I
Yeah.
am bored of Evernote. And what you do is you build yourself a mood board sheet.
Hmm.
And what's cool about these new block oriented apps is that you can grab things just quickly and turn them into like little notes, right? So let me do craft.io. And then the next one is Notion. Notion is extremely popular, has a massive following on the interwebs. And then ClickUp is because Evie got me started. And then I kind of like it. Trello is another one. I'm anti Trello, but because I'm just weird like that.
I
So
just stick with Google, the whole Google ecosystem. They like if you get in there and
you
really get
you
through the
you have a
tutorial
note
for
place,
some
or you just
people,
copy to
they have
Drive?
they
Keep.
have Google Keep.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. That's correct. I forgot about that. So let's do that one too. For people that want to keep it, Google keep dot Google.
And so like the thing was like it's integration between your tasks, between your calendar system, between the notes. So like you can go to your Gmail account and they have a little subtask already on the sidebar that you can open up Google. So if you make a note in something or a task, they're like, do you want to add this? Especially if you're into the Google ecosystem already, like I am, then integrating all of that stuff, especially with your iNotes and stuff, it can be super helpful if you're just trying to keep it, I don't know, within Google if that's what you use.
Yeah, I do actually. I live in the Google space. It's funny because it's mad empty right now, so I didn't even think about using Google Keep. Like, yeah,
Yep.
it's just nothing. I can't see the Keep homepage because I actually am logged into Google, and I'm not logging out. Right, we're on YouTube right now, so no, just ain't even going to pretend to do that. So here's where's my thing at? So this is Craft. Craft is pretty dope. It's just very, you know, the way you set it up is just kind of cool. I'm already logged in. You don't have to try me for free.
Exactly.
I'm not a fan of these little random pop-ups, but similar to Trello and same with Notion, very similar. I am extremely well versed in what's known as markup. It's a typing language that, because I used to be into coding, like I'm very much into. So I love all the apps that can just take my markup and run with it. Your boy Anthony uses Asana on a very nice level too. So these are all cool ways to get it done. And yeah, so this is what I was trying to get rid of. I was trying to get rid of Evernote, which got me looking at Notion. So I like how these guys put their stuff where they're showing you where it's coming from, like what sections are they going to use. And then ClickUp is just beautiful. It's just something about how gorgeous it is. And I need help being task oriented. I am coming from Todoist. So that's how I kind of got stuck on it. But yeah, any one of these things that you can use, even if it's an Excel spreadsheet, to start to do clips that you can use to keep yourself, what that word is. I didn't even know what I was trying to say. You guys know what I was trying to say. What the heck happens? Oh, here we go. This is what we were doing. So anything that you can use to help you take your mood, take your inspirations that you see, and then bring them into fray, is extremely helpful.
Yep.
Okay, let me get down here. Let's see. Hey, troublemakers in the building. Good to see you.
Hey.
Let's put you up here. Yeah. Thank you.
Callie's in the building.
For being on my side.
Oh, gosh.
Nick Nimmin was talking to somebody about a yoga channel today, and I don't know, he said something hilarious and something about bending fox, and then Lewis and I were just cracking up in the comments. I don't even know if that's a real thing. I need stuck old man yoga.
Okay.
Teddy, we're using Canva. Canva is free on the interwebs. If you have a nonprofit, I think your acting guild thing might be set up as nonprofit. So then, according to Miss D, you can get it for free. So that's cool.
And Kathy dropped in the chat that she's been using the education version, which educators, it make sure you submit it that you're an educator or whatever. So I guess either you may get it free or discounted or something like that. So there's an educator's version as well that you can get premium features in Canva.
Yes, Patrick Restream is doing my live transcription. Although it doesn't always understand, because somewhere between Diana and I, we're good for 5 new words a week. That is in no one's dictionary. And Brant got the audacity to make a list talking about he going to make a book.
That's not fair.
Like, yeah, see, you with me, Patrick. ClickUp has been punching me in the face, but I got to pick one. Yeah, last year it was blue, and I did think it was kind of boring, come to think of it. Yes, I do. I have everything in Apple Notes, but Apple Notes doesn't fully understand Markdown yet, and it drives me crazy because I wish it did, because I could fly. Just Markdown is cool. If you ever get a chance to do it, you'll just know.
I like ClickUp's web integration or whatever, like the little widgets and stuff like that, because at the bottom right of your web browser, it'll be a little ClickUp symbol. You click on it and you can quickly do stuff, or it can remind you. ClickUp is like a little assistant. Yes. It's dope.
He said, try out DDP Diamond Dallas Page. DDP Yoga. They even have a bed version for those who ain't very Bradley, stop. Okay, Callie, you're gonna have to teach us about this DDP yoga stuff. All right, now.
Okay.
All right, so basically, after we got this part done, see, I get easily distracted in Canva, and this is a problem. This is a problem because I just seen this right here. I don't know what it is. I love me some cubes. Cubes and hexagons is like a couple of my favorite shapes. I used to be all pyramid dude. But anyway, let's get off of shapes. Now what we want to do is grab some text, right? Now you can use one of these fancy-fied, already been pretty-fied texts. You know what I mean? Just to put it in your thing. You can pick your own. Actually, Canva, which I found out to be pretty good, except for it does have a problem with one of my fonts. I tried to send them my brand font, and it only accepts 2 of the I take this back. I'm going to make y'all speak the proper terminology. I tried to send them a type family. It only accepts 2 of the fonts out of the type family. I don't know if a lot of people understand that. This right
You
here.
may have to do it individually.
Right. This is a type family. The bold, italicized, the shapes, the alternates, whatever, those are fonts. Like Helvetica is not a font. Helvetica is a type family. When you are in a certain size of that, then that is a typeface, and the exact setup, right? The 12 bold, italicized, that is the font. And people get that mixed up all over the time, and it's okay. I mean, I understand.
Why don't you show them the brand kit area, Doc? That way they'll get it, like they'll see it. Because it's kind of hard verbally to understand, I think, for
right?
some.
I will be able to come back to this fairly easily, right?
Yes.
Bombaclat. Is it
So on the left-hand side,
right
side, yep.
Yeah. There
So that way they can see.
See, this is why she up in here, y'all, because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. If this was an illustrator conversation, I'd be done. If there was keynote, Bradley would have coffee in one hand, or lemonade, as he says. He'd just be doing it with the other hand. Yeah, hold my lemonade. So, yes. So, yeah, but see, the problem is, what happens is the software people have capitulated to the neophyte language, and now nobody knows the proper terminology because now they call it fonts, but that's not really what it is. It's typeface, and it's irking. Because then when you graduate to get to a professional level program, then you're confused again. Yeah, so I wish people, and that's why I tell people, like, no, your M50 is not a DSLR. It's a mirrorless. That's what the freaking M stands for. Sorry, I know that's mean. Anyway, so I uploaded
single lens reflex. It makes a difference. Never mind. We're moving on.
Oh, y'all done got data started on cameras, y'all. y'all done messed up. Okay, so here you can see that there's the brand font, and now you can see here's the rest of the type family that I put up. So there's my month in black and italicized or whatever. So when you put it, you can select what portions you need for the brand font. So if for some reason I needed to change another portion, I could like slide that up into the font area. But these are what I've uploaded so far. You can press this little cloud down here and send up the type family or the typeface that you've picked for yourself. Now, what I did here to put in my colors, and yes, I am weird. I have 10 chicles. I call them chicle. Don't Latinos understand, everybody else. Never mind. These little chicles are my colors for everything you see on LGL. You know what I'm saying? And then if you want to put your logo there, you can. I actually have it uploaded, but it's weird. I didn't realize it wasn't in here. So you can click this and then send that upload and put it there. Right now, it still remembers that I had it in the font area. And then if you have a different palette, say you do multiple shows, you could just click here and generate another palette. Okay.
Yep. And
for you folks, where my palette tool is right here. COOLORS. Now, Adobe has one that's fantastic. I just found this one because it's very quick and easy to get to your palettes. And I like the fact that when I'm in here, if I want to save and export a palette, I could do it as a PDF, an image, CSS file, Adobe swatch libraries, save it as an SVG file, which is good for certain programs. I could just grab all of the code or embed it to a site somewhere. So I just thought this was really cool. As you can see, I designed a bunch of stuff for Stephanie, so I kept her palette on brand. And then when I was trying to figure out what I was going to pick, this was weird. And then this is a gradient that I use to do something in Let's Get Live. So this site is cool because you can come in here and explore. And in the exploration section, you will find out soon, you will see yellow and gray everywhere. So for some of you guys that was trying to do something in a green space, boom, you be in there. You know, if you wanted that perfect rainbow look, I mean, they have so many options in here. It's quite incredible. It's very beautiful. What'd you say?
This is what I was explaining to Lola yesterday on the live stream. It's like I pulled up the guy who has the channel called Flux. He's a graphic designer, and he was showing like how to find just like you'll find like mostly your dominant color, your primary color that you want to use, maybe a secondary color, but your thumbnails can get more dynamic when you see a full scale palette. Because I don't get these color stuff either. But it's like you at least find one that you like, and then you get a tool like this that'll just be like, this work, this work, this work. It just takes the thinking out of it. You say that stuff in Canva, and you can always revert back to it.
So you scroll in here, and then you could even say, okay, so like when Kai and I were in school, our little squad, we were called core team, right? So I could come in here, and we were 72 cobalt and orange, right? So I can go cobalt. I can just do that. And then it didn't find it. So let's start off with cobalt. Oh, just take that off. So that was kind of whack. They took it literal. Let's do orange. And then let's add blue. They're making it so that regular people can speak English. You don't have to like know the terminology. So
like the hex and RGB and all of that.
Yeah, this was kind of almost it, but we were FC. This was kind of it exactly. It was FC 6C00 mixed with the blue. So yeah, I mean, it would have been way easier for us, you know, back in the day to just know that these were going to be like our colorways, and this is it right here. This is basically where we were. And you say, well, that's cool, but I need to expand upon this because I need a couple of more colors, right? So you can start with a color and put it in here and be like, okay, I'm cool with that orange. And then now it's going to go in, and then you can say, I'm going to take this blue, and then you can go and add to this, right? You can explore more palettes. You can go into the generator, which will let you then go in and mess around, add another color, add another color, add another color until you have your palette built. You know what I'm saying? And then look, Kai, doesn't this remind you of school, bruh? This is exactly kind of sort of where we were. It's kind of funny. So that's a good side rant on that. Anything else?
And it's good. I think it's good to learn. Like again, none of us know anything about anything until we start learning about it. So like you're not gonna know.
That's a Glad Gang drop right there.
Right. It's like, so most people be like, well, I don't know anything. Like me neither. Like you're in good company. None of us knew nothing about nothing, you know, when we get started until you get started learning it. So yeah, pick the easy route or whatever, but to more universally find your colors, especially like you go into something Final Cut Pro, you can still bring those same colors in for your titles and stuff, but at least learn like to look for the hex number, copy and paste it. Even if you just stay there, you're good. Because like, oh, the hex numbers is saved in a PDF or saved in colors.
Oh, I'm glad
so
you
that way
bring
you
that
know.
up. I'm glad you bring that up. Let me see how I can do this real quick. I got to think and bring up the wrong screen. What's a good app that understands color? I know we can go into Keynote real quick.
What do you mean, like understand colors? What do you mean?
No, I want to pull up. There used to be a shortcut to just pull up Apple Palette by itself, and I don't think they have that anymore. So you have to go to something that uses color, and then you can ask for the palette. So when I press this joint right here to get the palette, I don't know if you guys can notice this, but I done copied my palette into here. I was going to do a whole on this, but you can come inside here and you can go to like these slide. Oh, that's not right. Where's it at? So you can go into this palette thing and you can generate your own brand new palette. Okay.
Yep.
So I could call this palette Let's Get Live. Hey, don't be up there just unnamed. Anyway, I'll show you how to do it later. So I can grab this little apple thing here and go bam. Okay, that's one of the colors, and then
Mm-hmm.
add that to the palette, right? So you can click here, click that, boom, add that to the palette. I don't know why it's not working. There it is. So then I can grab this next one and then add that to the palette. And then I can grab the next one. Bradley's probably telling me how to do this faster. But yeah, so you see what I'm saying? I'm not going to do all 10, folks, but I can literally take my palette and add all of these guys to the party. And then once I'm done, I have my entire, like, Let's Get Live palette ready to rock. And
Yep.
when I come in my color picker in any app that is, capable, I can grab my palette and I have my colors with me. So
Yep.
there's another thing for like Lola and those guys who are building a brand and kind of know like she has a very, very in her Instagram post, her regular feed, she has everything on point, right? So as you're picking and stuff and you save your palette, you don't have to go chasing your colors. You don't have to even know where they are. The other thing that's really cool about the other app I was showing you in colors is when you are here on the sliders, it shows you what your hex words are. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So you can grab your hex colors if you need it. You can grab your CMYK values if you need it. So yeah, it's very, very beneficial. And I think people need to learn to stick to their colorways. It helps people identify you, right?
Yes.
Like there is nobody in Let's Get Live group that don't know about that purple life. Not a single one, because I made it known. I am color this year is purple. We leaving it here. I've been blue and orange for quite a long time, but yeah. Facebook user, my favorite person, said, let's see who said that. Sammy said Canva is great. And that was Michelle. Okay, Michelle. Thank you, Red. We're just teasing you, Facebook user Michelle. So brand kit, very important. Get in here, start setting your stuff up if you're a Canva person, and then let's go back to where we was. Boom, boom, boom. Let's open it. Okay, so no, we're not having a pizza party, although I believe Big Rich brought that up yesterday. So, but yeah, we'll leave that there. We'll just call that what it
And I
is.
mean, like, if you that stuck on branding stuff and like colors or whatever, and you just really, really don't want to do the work, you can hire somebody like $200, $300, and they will give you a whole branding kit, fonts, the whole deal. You explain to them what you want, what you like, or what you're looking for. This is the vibe I'm thinking about, and that's a $200, $300 well spent. I did that last year, and it's the best. You know what I'm saying? A couple $100 I spent on something because it took a lot of the work of me trying to figure it out. And I'm like, it's dope. It's exactly what I want. So like the blue, the gold, the teal, the whatever, you got various colors that you don't have to think about if it's really, really, really stressing you out. Put the money towards hiring somebody that's their profession and they can get it done for you in like a week, if not less.
See, there you go. That's actually what you call advice that's worth the cost of admission. Wait, I didn't charge you guys to come in here yet.
Super chats are available. If you are a loved one, have your card attached to your YouTube/Google account. Well, actually, it's Google LLC doing business as YouTube. Go ahead and hit that super chat button. Links are available down below. If you look right for that that money symbol on the right hand side, you too could leave a Limb Drops $10 donation or whatever your heart so desires. Go to DocRock.live
That's super, super funny. That's super funny. Okay, so I can all right, we're gonna have a pizza party stream.
Hey.
I just put it there. I came over to my uploads and I just grabbed a little thing. If I was doing something that's Let's Get Live branded, I can pop that right up in chill. Right?
Yeah.
If I was doing something that was say Ecamm branded, I can just grab that, boom, put it right here. Now this part is a pro feature.
Background remover.
Where the hang it at?
You got to go to get out of that you in right now, and then you'll see your main dashboard back at the top.
So home?
No, not home. It's like if you're in a design like you were, and you were searching for something, you gotta, exit out of that search or whatever. Hit one of the other tabs or something.
Oh, you mean like that?
Yeah, and then select your image that you're trying to do the background thing. Hit effects.
Oh, that's where it be. It's in
Yeah.
effects. And then
Yeah.
you go background remover. This is a pro feature, people. And I'm going to tell you what. I'm not buying no Canva Pro. Blah. And then Alicia says, I want to know how to use Canva. And I was like, you know what, brother? Because you do so much stuff for me, I'll buy Canva Pro and I'll learn it and I'll teach it to you because I can learn faster than you because I'm smart. I'm joking. Just because it's just, applications to me are easy to learn because once you learn one and you pick a methodology, just like streaming, just like anything else, if you pick a methodology to how you learn stuff, then you learn it faster. And for me, I just press every single button and see what it does because you can't break it. But many of us of a certain vintage, we were taught back in the day that you could click something and it would just mess up your whole computer. And that has been passed down through the ages, just like swallowing watermelon seeds will grow watermelon in your stomach.
Man, I ain't never cried so hard before in my life as a kid.
Thank you. Me too. Because you know what I was doing? I was trying to collect them all in my cheeks, and I was going to spit them out like a machine gun. And then my middle sister, Miriam, she came up, she hit me in the back. I went, and I was like, uh-oh.
It was
and then my older sister, Tiana's like, ooh, you swallow them seeds, watermelon's going to grow inside. I mean, Mama,
man.
Mama. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to kick your butt.
Listen, I was eating. I remember like it was yesterday. Okay, my daddy cut watermelon. He goes back in the kitchen after he bring me a plate. I smashed the watermelon. He was like, well, where the seeds at when he came? I was like, oh, I thought you could. He was like, oh, no. He's like, I'm going to have to tell your mom, what are we going to do? And I'm like, why? What's the matter? He's like, you swallowed the seeds. Oh, it's going to be a watermelon. And I was like, I don't want a watermelon in my My daddy was horrible. Just crocodile tear. He fell out laughing. He's like, oh, you'll be fine. I'm like, no, I got to verify with mama. Verify with me. I'm going to be all right. Oh, my gosh. My daddy used to do stuff like that all the time. It's terrible.
That's just messed up. Like, Doc, why did you press that button you weren't supposed to press? Anyway, so you can come over here. You can mess with these things. I gave it a little bit of extra oomph. And then now I should be able to size it properly. So, like, yes, if I was doing the Ecamm oriented thing, it's easy. Now, if you say, how did I get my logo in there? You really come over here and you press this purpley button called Upload Schmedia. And that's it. And then, let's see, Bradley has some wisdom to drop. Let's read what Miss Eileen said. Yes, you have the pro version. You can invite teammates so more than one person can use it. Oh, I see. Miss Eileen, she be knowing these kind of secrets. Okay. Canva at all work the same. Trello, Easel, they all have very similar interfaces and workflows. None of them give you free transparency. Okay, that's good to know. And you know what? The app, Bradley, those websites that do it for you or whatever, I never liked any of them, and I don't trust them. Like, this is kind of a thing. Background removal is kind of a high-level thing. So if the app is giving it to you for free, they are scrubbing all your cookies and being like, his name Bradley, he's from Louisiana, he live in Texas, he teaches Keynote, he has an affinity for Star Wars-oriented things and Marvel-oriented things, and let's start advertising him. Here's some Star Wars Thor pajamas mashup. And next thing you know, Bradley's Instagram feed is covered with a bunch of info. So yeah, I don't like those things. So you're correct, Mr. V, 100%.
Plus, it's a poor resolution for all of that unknown nonsense. It's a lower resolution at like 480p or less type quality. So you didn't took this high resolution picture on your camera or pulled it out of a screenshot from your video. And now you're going to go and try to background remove it. It's really not worth it. Again, you paying all this money for lights, camera, whatever to get and then you get the thumbnail and your thumbnail picture looks like trash because of some kind of free stuff. So free ain't always worth it, especially if it's, costing you the attention that you put in all this work for the video.
I gave him a complicated one. I'm just checking.
Oh, they gonna do it.
Oh, sup with it.
They gonna do it.
Okay, listen, folks. Listen. Let me explain to you something about this here Canva thing. I am a professional Photoshop user. I can use Photoshop in my sleep, Spanish, English, Japan, Korean. I can use all of them. But just press the button and I'm done. It's cool. I'm sorry.
I got
I'm just saying.
pro of the proest tip. Doc, you ready for this?
Yes, ma'am.
So most people don't look at Final Cut Pro with the ability for them to also add a highlight around themselves and all of that. Canva lets you cut it out. Now you put that photo by itself and download it as a transparency file real quick. Drop it in the Final Cut because you just finished your video anyway. Okay, it's Brett FX. He does a free plugin for Final Cut that'll automatically put an outline over you like that. No keyframing, no nothing. Change the color, how thick you want the borders to be, and all of that. Export that transparent file back up, put it back in Canva, and you're done. I do that all the time, and it's a free plugin.
What?
So I'm telling you,
What? That is
it's
cool.
dope.
Man, we up in the
Let me
internet.
drop the link in the chat for the Brett
I was
FX.
gonna say we're the internet today. Brent, like in Collins.
Brett BRET. It's called Outliner Light. And so you can download it. Like he got other stuff, but the light I've been using this for like so as long as I had Final
Right
Cut
here.
Pro.
Right here.
Yeah, the Brett FX Light
15 bones. There you
outliner. No. This a free one. He got one that's paid, but the free one does everything already. You don't need it really. I'm gonna drop it in the chat real quick.
Oh, this is.
But it's called Outliner. He has an outliner version that is a paid one, but the light one will automatically still just outline you with the colored whatever. You can change the color and export it. That's what most people want to do anyway. You can get the paid one, I guess, if you're trying to do other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I would just probably buy it just to support this dude.
Oh
Free
yeah.
FCPX plugins, swipes, transitions. Now- oh, here we go. Miss D, she be on. Oh, she's smart. She's so smart. Look at that. Oops, oops. You just put your little image in there and you run with it.
Yep. You drop the image in Final Cut. You can even add it to the end of the. I'm gonna do this when I because we're supposed to do a video Q&A at the end of or today, sometime today. So I was asking a bunch of questions. So people was asking stuff, so I can show this in the video. But yeah, you just drag that transparent file from Canva into Final Cut. Canva lets you export the single frame. That's how I get stuff. If I like want to take a screenshot out of the video, I'm just gonna do like this, a couple little poses, whatever. Export those individual photos out of Final Cut with that Brett FX on there, and you get to go. No
And y'all don't even
keyframing,
know.
no nothing.
Y'all gonna start seeing some Brett effects in my thing because you know what? I be sleeping on these free ones because I'm an FX Factory dude, and so I get a lot of stuff from FX Factory or what the other one is, Pixel Films. So
Yep.
I sometimes I sleep on these free joints because that's actually kind of cool. The outliner thing is kind of cool. So let me just take a peek at his professional joint just for a second because I'm like this. Oh, come on, Brett. You all right with me, man? The space guy is just out here clowning.
I remember the old school
you can
Windows
do
used to
this-
have the dancing people on there.
Oh,
They
yeah,
be doing
yeah.
all that.
Yes. So the one thing that's cool about this too, folks, if you're trying to get a thumbnail, although I'm not a take a thumbnail out of a video type person, I prefer to shoot a thumbnail. You could do this, and then you could hold last frame, which is Option Command F in Final Cut, and then you just made yourself a little thing.
I'm cool with that because I shoot in 4K. So, you know what
True
I'm saying?
that.
Like, yeah,
True that.
I could get a higher resolution, but it's like I'm already well lit. I don't need to hit the shutter, wait,
Oh,
and then
I be
whatever.
well lit a lot. Oh, you mean with the lighting?
Yeah, it's like you already your video.
I thought you meant with the spirits because I be well lit all the time.
No.
Right, Tanner? Right, Tanner? I saw Tanner popped up. I be well lit all the time. What's up, Big T? Good to see you, fam.
Good to see you. No, it's like it's already 4K resolution. YouTube is going to squeeze that down into like a 720p whatever. Plus, you get it on mobile devices that people ain't upgraded their phone in the last 4 years. And so it's like it's going to do all kind of compression stuff, but a 4K file. Like, so here's how I hack my thumbnails. I probably should do a video on it. The first few seconds is like a bunch of poses, the whatevers, and you can fine tune it. You just hold it for a few seconds. When you put your cursor over it and you find like exactly the one you want, you save and export that current frame. You don't have to do
Yes.
the whole thing. You just do that frame and then you delete all of that stuff. Now you got 6 different poses that you can upload to Canva for your next 6 videos that you don't have to keep waiting per video to do a thumbnail. Just batch record the thumbnails.
Cause I do that. That's what I was saying. You can export your still frame or somewhere up
Mm-hmm.
in here last night. When I did my bomba clot,
Yeah.
I saved
Right.
the frame because I needed to hold for the echo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, to save all of that.
What the heck did
This
I
is why
do?
somebody asked, and I'm gonna go into it in the help Q&A, but they was like, what's the difference between, or Final Cut versus iMovie? It's like, even if you're at a basic iMovie level, little stuff like this is worth getting Final Cut Pro for. So as you're learning and as you're adding to what you're doing, you are not trying to now figure out another software to do something Final Cut could do already. It doesn't make sense to go with the cheap version or the free version of whatever when you need to do other stuff.
Yep. Okay, so I turn off that Super 8mm, and this right here, fam, is a freeze frame, and I just took that out of here. But all you do is you go up into the share situation, and then you can do share a current frame where you gotta. For me, I'd have to add a destination, but you can add save current frame right here, and I just add that to the side, and then now I have it. But as you can see, I have one that's made for saving Ecamm overlays because I do it all the time. And then I have one that's made for saving Luma overlays because I used to have A10 Mini, right? And then I have audio only, so I can send joints to all phonics, so I don't have to be, sounding all weird. So yeah, you can come here and sort of flex the ones that you need. Just make your own custom joints and kind of keep it. And back in the day, before they built it into YouTube, you had to go in here and kind of pick what you want. You know what I'm saying? So like now you can have it, but before you had to build a custom like writer for YouTube because YouTube's compression was horrible. Still kind of sort of is, but at least it's better.
Yeah.
And now, yeah, so just have your thing that say save current frame, and you can kind of rename it, and you can just be like, YT thumbnail.
Yep.
And then
That's why I love Final Cut, man.
So do I.
It's so dope.
Here's another pro tip. A lot of people don't even see the share sheet, dude, is right up here in the top corner. So you just come over here, hit YT thumbnail, bam,
Boom.
and then Vlogmas 9. I'm going to go ahead and check the settings, I just have it as a TIFF file. I can change it to a PNG file because that's where I'm fitting to be. Change it to a Photoshop or whatever. So let's just save it as a PNG for the sake of gravy, and then go ahead and save that. I'm going to pop this on the desktop real quick.
Now, Canva did recently change the size because I would export like a huge, big old picture, especially like because of the resolution. So I can't remember what the file size is, but they do care now about the image size, I guess because of, overflow after the coronavirus.
Was 25 megs. Oh,
yeah.
Way to go with the huge thumbnail there, Mr. Doc. Good
so you're going to have to do probably JPEG or decrease the image. That's what I was saying. Like they care now. They like, yeah, we can't. We got coronavirus growth here. We can't do all of it.
We're not messing with y'all. Well, that's because we came in at that 4K. But I do still want to give them a decent image. So instead of taking it all the way down to 72, I'm gonna send it up at 150, and then I don't need it to be that wide. So I'm gonna do it like let's say 2000. Okay, then that ought to took care of their wagon. And then just save that real quick. And then hit the upload media. And then hit that. And then so Miss D done schooled y'all. Y'all lucky she came up here because she told y'all more stuff than what Doc knew about. You don't even know. I ain't even trying to front. I'm not even trying to front. Again, I'm trying to, because of you guys. Oh, that was an accident. Did you see what just happened? I clicked it and then my head went inside the screen. Hey, there's some craziness. Yep. Okay, what I meant to do was press here and press effects and then press remove the background. That's a Doc Rock joke.
Okay.
Oh, look at this right here. Then you just put your big old head in. That was dumb. Why did I do that? Oh,
So
you got to
so
click
what
out
you
after
can
you
do
do it.
is you can put the original video there and do like, so I usually like use the dual
Oh, I
tone
know what you're about to
and
do. I
do,
know what you finna
yep.
do. Oh, did y'all hear what she just said? No, because I was fangirling. Sorry. Explain explain that again, because I know what you was finna say.
So go ahead and put the full image as the background in the frame.
Yeah, I'm finna do
Like
that.
on,
Let
and
me get back
then,
out of here. Okay, so you
yeah,
take this version and you put it in the
and let it
frame.
fill.
And
Now,
then,
if click on the image that's in the Mac and the iMac thing, and you can dual tone that to get it
correct.
a specific color, and then you slap your outline on top, so you still got that kind of effect. And you can adjust how dark you want it to be, like full background, or if you want to still see some of the other stuff. Um, that's been such a dope feature just to be able to, like, even yesterday's thumbnail, exact same concept with some text and stuff like that, just to like keep it super simple. It's just super easy, I think, for a lot of people, and it gives you that nice little pop. And if you want that bread FX, drop that transparent in Final Cut, throw it on there, and you out to the races.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you take this joint right here, and then you go. I don't want to go in there
Mhm.
though. How do you stop it from going in there?
Make the image a little bit smaller than the full frame,
Oh, okay.
and then you progressively, can add it or whatever.
Oh, you dummy. I could just do this with my cursor though, right?
Hmm.
Oh, you know what? I have a better idea. Click this right here and press lock. Now it's good.
That was going to be my next thing.
Yeah. So then
Yep.
you get your little side straight.
Hmm.
And they be like, damn, look at this dude up here. He out here in these streets.
And if
Yeah.
anybody's confused why you can't just throw it on top, because that frame is going to absorb it real quick and be like, oh, you want to feel it? It's like, no, I just want this to be the layer in front of it. I want it to be on top. So him locking it, it's like, okay, you can't make any more changes. And then you make it smaller and then just gradually pull it out to feel it like you want, so that way Canva doesn't auto snap it in there like that. So that's why he did it that way.
Yeah. You guys right here do not know about how dope this is right here. This is cool. And again, I be clowning, but what made me think of this, because last week when I was helping out Shantavia,
Shantae V. I
you know, we always
mean,
kind of do the dance. If you don't do the dance,
Shantae.
it don't have the
Okay.
same, right? It don't have the same
Right.
whip
It's
appeal.
not the same effect. Yeah, you can't. You
Okay.
gotta. I told her I was working on it. I'm like, I can't do it, but I'm trying to on it.
So look, then you just like elevate that just a little smidge. But being able to come in here and do like something like that and give it a little extra bass, this is good for thumbnail people, right? Because maybe, okay, I'm team solid color thumbnail. Thank you, Dr. Elo. I appreciate you, fam. I am team solid color thumbnail. I don't know if I'm going to stay that way coming 2021. That's just what I've been doing for a minute, because I think it just highlights the character, which is the nutcase of me. But this is a cool way to still be team solid color, but you can have some bass in your stuff, right? So if I'm out at the beach, I can have the diamond head and all of that, but then fade it back and then do the cutout of me from the exact same image, plop it on top, and then you got that cool. The movie Snatch is where it comes to mind for me, or the other one also written by Guy Ritchie, which was the movie 21. But in the intro to Snatch, that's how they had the thing, and then they freeze, and then there's the words pop up, Baby Driver, yeah, that's where it comes from. It's for us old people, it's called the Mod Squad, and that's the Mod Squad intro. So yeah, dang, that's just cool. All right, so you guys can see basically, here's your timer, basically done. This guy can get out of here. What I would add to your timer though, before you leave the rest of this party, is I would come in here and I would do add a header, and I would be like live. This is very important so that they know, just in case they can't come today. Dude, who taught you how to type? Okay. And then come in here, do your little sub joints. and then put your time frames. Let's do something like, I can't type today. And then you just duplicate these by holding your little option key, and then, pull it down and just keep adding till you have it all done. I would just add that there. The other thing that you could, if you want to, you could put down also on Twitch, Facebook, whatever, or put your social links, whatever. I'm assuming that, of course, in Elements, you can get social icons and all of that. Put it all in here, and then that will just make, that's that screen. Okay, now, I'm going to go to File. Nope, go to Home. Then click this, and then I want to make a copy, because this is how you keep it brand orientated. You leave all of that, then come in here and start deleting stuff. This one is locked. You got to remember to unlock it. Okay, so you start deleting stuff, and then bam. So now we're just going to do your generic head-shaped cutouts. I use math, but if you don't want to use math, what's cool about Ecamm now is you don't even have to be, there's a thing. You don't even have to be, what the word I'm looking for? You don't have to be standard, right? So if we're going to do a thing, and I know that it's going to be me, and then I'm going to bring Miss D, and then I'm going to bring on, say, Shante V, and then I'm going to bring on Miss Eileen, right? I'm going to put that here, and then I'm going to add one more person. We're going to add Mr. Bradley, and then so we're going to be the party for this here stream. Kind of line it up. I might have to make these cycles a tad smaller, or just crop a little bit. They got to be a little bit smaller. Okay, so if I'm going to make them smaller, because I don't know, Canva knows how to be like Illustrator, I would just take that and then delete all the rest fast, and then just redo what I just did. And it's cool because you can get your little lineup together, and then I can just grab this one down here, kind of figure out my spacing. See these little lines here? They're very helpful. Of course, I'm blind and I can't see, so I don't know if it's accurate, but I'm a good eyeballer. So if it was June, he's ridiculous eyeballer. It irritates me. So I can take this as it sits right now and save this bad boy, and then go and preview, clip out the red, and then throw it up on the Ecamm. So I'm going to save that, because, again, we're staying away from pro features. If this was pro, I'm assuming you just collect the background image in one of these images and then tell it to crop it out.
I haven't personally found a way to have it like where you download it, it's already transparent. That's why I've just been using the preview, and like you got a specific solid color. It just does a better job. I found just like pulling it onto the computer and letting the Apple's preview window do it, because I haven't found a way to do it in Canva personally.
Okay. Or then we're going to show y'all how to do it the preview way. What I like to do, now this is completely up to you. What I like to do is make sure that the color that you're chopping out is extremely far away from the color that you're leaving. If they're similar, if the thing can get goofy. Not the thing. I don't like to use words like the thing. The auto alpha can get goofy. So anyway, I'm going to save this guy, save it as a PNG. I'm going to leave it at that. It says transparent background, but we won't do that. I'm just going to say preparing your design. Now, folks, remember, the purple back here can be round about anything what you want. Like, it doesn't have to be just purple, right? I just did this for sake of speed, and so you can know where the heck, there it is, desktop. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and save this, and I'm going to leave this on continue editing because we're going to keep going. So come over to my desktop. Here's my image. Double click it. It opens in preview. Now, here in preview, you're going to grab this markdown tool. That was so stupid. I pressed the wrong one. You're going to grab the markdown tool. You're going to grab the magic wand, and you're just going to click and drag in Z. Delete. You might have to do it a few times. I have no idea where that extra little stain came from.
Mm.
But you see what I mean by keeping your thing like a little bit separated?
Yep.
That's why. Okay.
This is why it was worth switching to Mac completely. Like when I saw little stuff like this that you could do, it's like Apple puts a lot of thought into the basics,
And
or
you
what they
probably
consider the
don't have to
basics.
be as anal as I am about this clipping stuff, but I'm just weird like that. Once it's done, like seriously, all I gotta do now is come over to the cam of E. Let's get you guys into demo mode, and then let's go to new scene. Yeah, Miss D is 100% correct, by the way. Oh, you know what I just realized? Oh, God, I'm so stupid. I have to copy this on the network over because this is iMac and this is an M1 Mini. They're not the same right now. Ding dong. So let me save this. And I'll just airdrop it because it's faster. But that's super funny. I'm such a
AirDrop for the win.
such a dork. Yeah, speaking of what you were just saying, Ms. D, AirDrop, to this day, like there's programs that PCs can do to fake AirDrop, but like not
It's
copying
not.
AirDrop yet is ignorant PC people. Copy
And then I could
AirDrop. We
take
don't even care.
right. We could take like the fact. That's why I was saying like the iNotes, the Google Notes, a lot of those cross integrations. I could be in my room 11 o'clock at night, get a quick idea, throw it in the Apple Notes, or I'm like, I need to go in the office real quick, copy what I'm already doing on the phone and then paste it on the computer as if it was one brain, or just share the web page. It opens it up in Chrome and I can keep working from where I left off at. Those like little integrations when Google sent me their Google Pixel 4a and their Google Pixel 5, those phones absolutely incredible. But those bumps in the workflow and that streamlined process of stuff is just not there yet.
And that becomes frustrating when you're used to having like some sort of way. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yep. It's just like you can try to find those workarounds, but that's the thing. Kind of like the M50 or whatever. At some point, it's like you're gonna age out of that, and that frustration is just too much. Somebody said, some Facebook user said PC does AirDrop with a wink. Allegedly. Allegedly.
All
Oh, we
right,
got
gang.
DJ Strict in the building. Good to see you, brother. The man, the myth.
Look, this is some MTV joint right here. It's a wall of Miss D. So you can record your music video at Ecamm doing a wall of Miss D. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, this right here
Hey,
is Instagrammable. Be like,
yeah,
now, what you need? There you go. Boom, 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 boom,
hey.
boom, 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 boom.
I am missing all of this from my Vlogmas right here. Okay, gang. What we
Shantae
what we have going on right here is a wall of Miss D, and she's practicing her Shantavia.
Yeah, you got to get they start their streams off dancing and stuff like that. You got to be ready. You
Yeah.
got to flex. You got like what was it like Kevin Hart said? You come to the mic like you finna dance and just drop some hits, but you really not.
That's super funny. That's absolutely funny. So, I mean, I just wanted people to see, like, first of all, I am the person that if I bag on something and it turns out I was wrong, I will come back and say I'm an idiot. I'm not like these folks who bag on something and then be proven wrong and then just skip over it like nothing happened. Because a lot of the tech guys do this. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the tech guys do this. 80 Lynn, Andrea Ma, good to see you here. Big ups to one of my lovely patrons. She gets the clap up intro. Ms. 80 Lynn, since you are a patron, if you have a very specific question about Canva, this is your time to let it fly, Miss Lady, because we here and Doc don't know about Canva, but I can figure it out. And Miss D, she know, because she like Canva is my jam. Not preserves. The less melanated people eat preserves. She said this is her jam.
Okay. She'll do eat preserves. I'm like, I don't know. I want that jam stuff. Give me the preserve.
I'm messing with you. I'm absolutely messing. ScreenFlow has B-roll graphics, audio clips, and library. You know, I used to use ScreenFlow religiously, but for right now, for recording tutorials, Ecamm is the joint. It is so much the
Yep.
joint.
Yep.
Oh, and then so we had this conversation yesterday about Set App. I was talking to somebody about Set App, and I saw that Chris Wood put in his vlog this yesterday. He was talking about Set App. I've been a Set App user for 5 years. Day one Set App, signed up, never stopped. Set App has a really cool application known as Vididro, I think they call it. I wonder how this would work with Ecamm, but what it allows me to do is teach you an application with me behind the application. Y'all process that for a second. Let me see if I can do this with this here machine here. Come over here to. I've been meaning to test it out in what's this program called? Ecamm. Vidro.
I mean, like it's stuff like this, Doc. This is why Mac is superior. It just is. Like I get you could probably spend $400, $500, build the best PC in the world. Congratulations. However, the integrations and the systems and the tools, the software that's like Mac only. That's why I switched. And when people try, everybody talking about this M1 nonsense. Well, can it do this? And I bet it can't do that. And it's just like, so when you try it, your mouth gonna firmly get super glued. And you're gonna be like, oh, never mind. I understand the hype is real. Because it ain't just hype, it's just efficiencies at work.
No, and it's funny because again, like, you know, people are like, well, I can get Panasonic for $458. Like, why would I spend $1,000 on the A6400? Okay.
Memory recall, clear image zoom, lenses, sharpness quality, 6K downsampled into 4K. I mean, like, what else? Shall I continue? Custom function buttons. You can save your profiles, your whole camera settings per camera for certain models. I mean, like, one lens mount system, the world's fastest autofocus, eye autofocus, animal eye autofocus. Shall I continue? I mean,
look at this right here.
I mean, exactly.
Come on, son, get some. All right, let me show you guys Vididro right now. And the bokeh is bokalicious, as Jason likes to say. Hey, look. What did I just do? Oh, I pressed new scene. You so stupid. All right, here we go. Let me refresh this page so you guys can see what I'm talking about. This is legit. Refresh. Okay, play. It's going. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. So when I'm going to practice this sometime coming up soon when I teach you my Final Cut class, I want to be able to show you how things work. This will work really good for Brother Bradley. You know, when he's doing his keynote, like, it would be good instead of just having you in a little bubble to be able to see your joint in the little backdrop and you behind there, and you can mess with the opacity or whatever. But I think sometimes because people trying to see where they be in the interface, you know what I'm saying? So I just think this is a cool look. So I just want to see if I can get this to integrate with Ecamm. And if I can, or we're going to have a whole different training process when Doc Rock the Coast comes out, because I think this is much, much easier to show folks what's popping.
And if anybody's wondering how this integrates with YouTube other than it looks cool, statistically, when you are having your face on screen, people's audience retention is longer versus just when it's just the screen only and they can't see you. It's something about that visual disconnect. That's why pictures with a face showing an expression in thumbnails are more clickable than just the text and a solid background kind of a deal. So it's that same concept when you're doing tutorial videos or you're in the education space.
There you go. There you go. Let's see what we got. She said ScreenFlow doesn't replace Ecamm's alternative to Final Cut. Yeah, you know, I remember trying to edit in ScreenFlow and it hurt my face, but that's because I was already a Final Cut user. I've been Final Cut user since Final Cut Beta. I was working at Apple back when it came out. So actually, I take that back. I started working at Apple when we were on like version 3. When the box, actually my boy John LeBlanc, we busted the box idea. The box was this big and 1,300 bones and came with a metric ton of disk. Yeah. I've been in Final Cut for quite a long time. So yeah, it's kind of cool.
It's just worth learning. That's the thing. It's like you don't have to know nothing about nothing, but starting to learn it will get the job done. You know, I was a complete convert from PC and dogged Apple every day of their life until I was like, oh, Ecamm Live, the price went up again. Let me grab this before they switch to subscription model. Let me go get this Final Cut and Ecamm in here.
Good to see you, MTD. Glad to see you here. And man,
Hey.
the twins said they learning stuff. Okay, that's cool. Preview is the most underrated app in the world inside the Apple space. So many Apple users have Preview and have no idea of the power of that application. Until recently, like when I was more of the nefarious type, you could actually download these PDFs that were supposedly locked in order to keep people out. Well, they were locked by PCs. In the Mac, you open up in Preview and strip all that mess out, and then you can use them. But then I don't waste my time with that stuff anymore. But back in the day, I just thought it was cool. Preview is quite an incredible app, and yeah.
That even QuickTime, people sleep on QuickTime as well for like screen recording and videos and stuff. Because and here's the thing, if you're on a Skype call, you're trying to still like do that whole documentation style vlogging like I've been talking about. Okay, well, Skype is going to rip your stuff to shreds. So maybe you don't want your clips to look like that. You can run, instead of trying to run Ecamm, perhaps, if you're using like a capture card, for example, go ahead and open up not screen time, but QuickTime. You can select your microphone. So your podcast microphone setup, you can select your camera and record that in the background. So you have the actual crisp file with the words in sync on your end and not interrupt your Skype session.
In sync, like in the group?
No, in sync, like don't look like a bad film where the words is looking one way or the mouth is going one way and the audio someplace else.
This right here is Rob Balasabas hiding in the wrong space.
Hey,
it's
Rob,
cool,
good
Rob.
to see you.
I was like, who talking to us over there? Tanner said, used to be a heavy OBS user, done lives, but with Ecamm tutorials, it's just there. Tommy said, oh, yes, there's a non-pro app such as Canva. Is there a non-pro app such as Canva that can create animated videos with transparent backgrounds? Anyway, first of all, until I change out the stock sounds, all my patrons, you just get the generic clap. But big ups to Tommy Love right there. That's my jam right there. I love me some Tommy. I can't think of one, fam. I really can't.
I mean, just get Canva, and if you're not gonna do a green screen kind of a something, well, you saying a video with transfer? That's like a green screen kind of a thing. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Thank you, Beloved Inc. for the super chat.
Hey,
the fact that I could text from my computer was why I switched to Mac. Yep. It's funny. Somebody said, oh, Brother Tim is up in here. Good to see you, Brother Tim. I appreciate you. Somebody said something about, what about all of the workarounds to the Mac? And I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, yeah, there's cabling situations. And we're dongles for sure, but I prefer when I'm lugging that sucker around. I prefer the thinness and the lightness and the ridiculous battery life that comes with Mac computers. Like, I'm finna leave real quick. Get my old PC that I just found today because I was gonna DM you about it. But since we're talking about it, I'm finna go to the other room, get my big old Toshiba that got all of the stuff like for the dongles, all the stuff you were saying. I said, this is what Doc was talking about. All of this for $100 and your computer be this big and fast as the I don't know what versus this big old huge. Let me go get this brick. I'll be right back. I got to. B-Love said, thank you. This is helpful live. Got to watch it again. Hey, you know what I mean? Hey, you just want to see us do your dance? Okay, we got you, man. I will do your dance for you. Hey, I was thinking, Miss Stephanie, like my mentor, she has a thing, and I think I'm going to pull up a tutorial for you guys. You can make your dances into an animated GIF. So then when you answer to comments or whatever, you guys can use yourselves as animated GIFs. Miss Eileen, I believe she has a tutorial on her channel about it as well, because Miss Eileen has herself as GIFs. Make yourself as animated GIFs, and it just helps with your brand. But then everybody just loves you anyway, so you might as well just keep it going. So yeah, that's it. and I think somebody asked what app we were using. It might have been Jim. We are using, I can't speak English, Canva, but the software, the person showing through the thing,
Just background. Yeah.
Dr. Jim, that was called Vidro. It's called Vidrio. Vidrio. Okay, sorry, my Italian is I know how to order food, Dr. Jim.
Right.
Vidrio. Exactly. That's what it is. And it is part of Set App. Okay, I use Set App. It is literally my favorite tool. I told somebody yesterday, and I'm using wrong mouse, gang. I am not lying. I will not have a Mac without Set App on it. And real quick, just to show you what it is, all of these tools, it comes in as a subscription. It's like $9 a month. And the key elements alone, Clean My Mac by itself is $70, so that's worth every dime of it. Folix is a download thing. When you download stuff, it kind of keeps all your links and stuff together. Keysmith is a way to make keyboard shortcuts that would do multiple tasks for you on the fly. So like, you know how, Dr. Jim, when you was a little kid, your mom could just look at you with that eye, and no matter what that eye was, you knew it meant take out the trash, do the dishes, clean your room, grab the laundry, shut the hell up. Like, no matter what, you knew what it was. Keysmith is like that. You can do one click, and it'll do all the commands automatically as if you just caught the mom eye. And if this is your first time here, I explain stuff differently than people. So it helps you sink it in. But yeah, I love me some Set App. And so Vidro is part of Set App. But of course, you can go to their website, which I will pop in the thing over here. And it is at viddr.io. That's why they came up with the goofy name. They come up with the goofy name when they want to get a special domain. I was just trying to figure out why they picked such a hard to say name.
.io.
So there you go. There's the answer to that question. But yes, sir, I find this app to be fantastic. Like, I absolutely love it.
Doc, you ready for this, man?
Yes, ma'am.
This is what you was talking about. And I came across this huge, my old Toshiba. This mug is so heavy. Yep. So heavy.
We used to call it the Shiba.
All of this is huge, massive. And this is what people were saying, well, what about the dongles? It's either this or the dongle. I will take the dongle any day of the week, or the hub to have at home, so you ain't got to carry this big behemoth. This one I used to lift weights carrying this.
They have you out here looking like Gina from Mandalorian. She just got, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, the whole time 12.
And again, like, you know what? I hate it because people say, oh, you just saying that because you're a Mac user. No, I have a Lenovo. It has its purpose. It sits at my place. It runs my CNC and my laser. That Lenovo makes me a grip of money, but that Lenovo also weighs 42 pounds for a notebook.
Horrific.
It's just
horrific.
Ignorant. It's ignorant.
So it's like,
it has an HDMI port. But every time I use a monitor on the HDMI on that thing, it crashes. The other thing that no one talks about, it takes two hands to open it, and that sounds so stupid. But when you're a Mac user and you're used to opening your computer with one hand since, I don't know, like about 10, 15 years ago, you just grab it and open it because their hinges are engineered. You know, people would say, oh, the price. I'm going to tell you, I say it to people all the time when they get on my case about it. I'm like, yes, you got your computer for $800, but you're also going to pay $100 a year for some good protection, malware bites. By the time you add all that crap up, it'd be like $120 a year extra. So at the end of your 3-year product span, you cost more than my machine. So shut up.
Yep.
And the $699 mini, I will put it up against anything you got under the $2,000 range. I'll give it to you
without a second thought. Yep. It just, you know what, the difference, you know who the kind of people that run their mouth about that kind of stuff, it's like, if you're a working professional, you got to hurry up, unplug your computer real quick, throw it in your book bag, head to a meeting over here, go sit at the coffee shop is when you could, move more freely. You're in the airport trying to do some work, put it back in your backpack, or you in front of the plane. That's when you see the efficiencies for real, for real. When you're just at home, most stuff is acceptable. Nearly anything is acceptable when you're at home. But when you actually are working and you're on the go, you go into meetings, you need your computer for this, you have a second site that you have to work at, that stuff matters, or you traveling, it's a wrap.
Michelle, Michelle. Okay, I love you, Michelle. It's Doc Rock. I mean, YouTube.com/Doc Rock. Michelle's comment point blank, which is absolutely dope. I want to be where I can see my name. Where are you streaming from?
Where is that at? Okay.
There you go. I got it right. That is super funny. Oh, you know what? I just remember, Miss D. I forgot to add drop to the pad. I got to do that. Do that today. Darren said, deliberate over Wirecast for months. Couldn't come to grips with the price and the learning curve. Bruh, I was on Wirecast for decades. Straight up, because AOL, that's what they forced me to use, and I hated it. And they would take my $900 for Wirecast out of my salary because it was a tool that I picked, but I didn't really pick it. They picked it, man. Anyway, we won't get into that. Anyway, but that's funny, Michelle. I that just cracks me up. I love to see how you do that. What are you talking about, Tommy? Animated GIFs. Okay. We're going to have to make a tutorial about that. I remember, okay, Stephanie put me on about it, and she told me that I should do it, and I haven't done so yet. And I know that, I'm pretty sure Miss Eileen had it on her thing, but, I mean, not to keep harping on Set App, they actually have a thing for that.
I can do you one better, Doc.
Yeah.
GIF Brewery 3 is a free app in the App Store. You can take your videos and turn them into GIFs on your computer, and then you good. End the story. It's, you know.
Because they got a bunch. I was using this one. No, this is from Setup. I was using GIF Motion to do it.
Oh, got you.
What GIF Fox does is it allows you to make like I've done tutorials like for Marshall. I had to show Marshall how to do something, and I just did it right in here. But let me get the App Store game up. I think I downloaded GIF Brewery. We'll find out in 2 seconds, won't we? GIFBREWERY 3. Oh, it's made by Giphy Cat. Yeah. All right, cool. That's all you need. Because, yeah, it's made by Giphy Cat, and Giphy Cat is legit. So you click this in here, and, yeah, that's it. You download some Giphy GIFs, and you put your little video in there. And so, yeah, there you go. You get it, Tommy. You take a video with your phone or hey, does this also iOS, Miss D? You think they got an iOS version?
I haven't looked into it because it's like
I have the Giphy Cat keyboard on my phone.
Yeah, I haven't looked into it. And my thinking behind that is when you sit down to create, it's just kind of good to do all of this stuff real quick while you're still in that frame of mind versus like switching to your phone and over here. Because like if you're doing your videos and you got that clip real quick, it's easy to go ahead, drop that video in GIF Brewery while you on, like you doing the thumbnail, you doing the video. You can create that GIF in like 3 seconds flat and it's ready for you. You know, it's just ready for you. So that way you can airdrop that to your phone, upload it to Instagram, and you good to go. That's just how I roll versus trying to switch between devices. Do all you can on the computer while you're in that creative mindset and frame of mind, and then do other stuff on your phone. But I'm trying to think. I don't think I've done any GIFs on my phone though. Miss Eileen might know. She said, amazing creator.
Miss Eileen right here. She said, "Thank you, Tanner. I appreciate you, fam. Tanner so lit.
Hey, super chat. GIFski.
GIFski is what Miss Eileen said, and yeah, this one's kind of cool. I think I've seen this. I was watching some videos. I recently downloaded one. I just don't remember what the hang it is. Oh no, GarageBand. We don't need you to mess around in here. I recently downloaded something playing with GIFs. Oh, you dummy, playing with GIFs on this computer, and yeah, I mean, all these programs is out here and they're cool. I remember looking at the GIF Brewery one too, and at the time I was like, oh, I didn't want to give them $5, but I'll probably give them $5 because yeah, if Miss Stephanie says you should do this, there's another one that I know about is Giphy. If Miss Stephanie says you should do this, then you should probably do it because
I admire Stephanie so much. She does so
not
brilliant.
stare us wrong.
Yep, and so brilliant.
This is where I be fixing GIFs though, and the same reason why I started looking for an app that I could do on my Mac is when I was in here with EasyGIF, I was doing changing something, right? I was adding something or changing something or fixing some kind of speed. I know what I was doing. Before Bradley showed up, I was in Ecamm testing out the difference between making stuff in Keynote or making it as GIF in Keynote and then getting rid of the repeat, because I didn't know how to get rid of the repeat in Keynote. So I brought the GIF in here, and then I went into effects and I told it to stop repeating, like play the GIF one time and quit. Right. And so in one of my very early like Keynote videos, I'll teach that. And then Bradley came in and he's like, dude, this is how you Keynote. And I was like, yes, sir, you do that. I'm going to go back to Illustrator. So at that time, I remember looking for all of these GIF apps. But in the same thing that we mentioned way back where Bradley said long time ago, the reason why I don't want to use gifeasy.com or EasyGIF or whatever is because they don't want to charge me 99 cents or something. That means they stealing all my info and using my info to try to sell me a Hertz. Knowing good and well, the only thing about this process we're in right now pissing me off is I can't travel and you send me an advertisement for a rental car.
Man.
Punk.
When I took that trip in, what was it, like May or June or something, went to Washington, that was just like, it was like a breath of fresh air. And it was amazing because they were on.
Why you got to rub it in?
I'm just saying, Doc, I'm just saying, I got to share it, man. It was like most people were scared to travel, and I get it. COVID has been the best traveling experience I've ever had because the airlines are as clean as they should have always been. The airport, you touch something, somebody walking right behind you to wipe it off. Every time that plane lands, it's a whole hazmat crew wiping the air vents down, anything you can touch. And I'm like, y'all should have been doing this anyway. And then nobody was in the hotel. So as an introvert, I'm just loving it. I'm like, ain't even nobody on the plane. So I'm like, shoot, that's the best time to travel right now, for real.
That's funny. Noble, I used to use this back in the day, and I completely forgot I used to use it, but I don't use it anymore because I'm an Alfred gang, which you can see on my thing. Yeah, Alfred is my move at nowadays. I don't bother with anything but Alfred, and I have Alfred with the power pack, and it's just cool. Like all of the stuff that Alfred does, it was way beyond Quicksilver. And now that I remember, when Alfred 1 came out is when I switched from Quicksilver. So yeah, that was my thoughts on Quicksilver. It used to be super dope, but Alfred eats its shorts for breakfast. So yeah, that's the answer to that question right there. And then Tana likes when I say ignorant. That's one of them doc words. Don't tell Brant, he's going to add it to the thing. And then Tommy is teasing us when we were talking to Macro PC rant. He hit it with the brap 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 because he's from UK and that's their version of Bumbleclot. Frank, what's up, bro? Yes, we got to get our roadcaster sounds out. Yes, we should put together a little LGL pack for the crew that's out here with their roadcaster. You know, I thought of something earlier today, Tommy, while we was on that subject. We were talking the other day, I don't know if it was on the beta stream or one of the streams, we were talking with one of the music cats about getting the ISO out of Ecamm, where, you know, like right now, when we're done this, I have my track and I have Miss D's track. Right? So if I find any Glad Game hashtag sounds I need to steal, I have a full functioning wave. But hello, put your memory chip inside your roadcaster and press the record button. Right? Like
$600 on that thing, and people be like, "What that do?" It can do a lot. It can do a lot. Tanner had a question. He just dropped a super chat.
Okay, let me get to that. This so funny. All right, that's so funny. That was good. So yeah. Liquid means rewind, and the gunshot means forwards. After that, we rewind. Sorry, I have my Jamaican moments. Okay, Michelle is here now. Thank you, Michelle. Good to see you here. Okay, M3 Live, you hold that question. I'm going to come back to you because Tana asked the question with the super chat, so I'm going to answer this question. Tana said, how, as a music producer, I would like to know how I can root the Bringlish. That's half British and half English. The Bringlish people say root. How can I, you know what a router, when you get the internet through your router, here's how you root it through. And okay, Al over here has the answer to the question, but let me show Tanner how we do this in here, right here. Let me just quit a bunch of stuff on this Mac before we blow it up, because something about opening Loopback and Final Cut seems like I'm asking for trouble. So goodbye, Doc, on Final Cut.
They don't like one another.
Yes, I'm just saying. Okay, we just double check. Okay, the NDI has to stay open. Keynote, sorry, Bradley.
I need to get that NDI running on my computer.
Oh, ma'am, it's easy. I can help you out right after this. It's super simple.
All right.
Okay, loop back. Boom! Blood clots, loop back. Okay, here we go. This one dedicated to the man them called Santa. Shut up. Sorry.
Y'all open up your program there. What you doing now, boy? What you doing now, boy?
if you guys don't know, I'm mental. just as they say around these parts, just a little bit mental. All right, let me make a new one.
Something on the brain.
So you press new one, and then what I want to do is I want to add stuff in here. So I'm gonna add a source, and I'm gonna come in here, select the application. This application. Then I'm gonna come down here, and there should be an alphabetical order, but it ain't. No, hit name, Doc. That makes life easier for yourself. And then you want to go Adobe Audition. That's the DA to what I've been using.
That is how they would say the Adobe Audition.
Now,
put it in there.
Adobe Audition and me pass it through to output channel, right? So now I can pass through the next output channel, and then I can pass it through the next output channel. So you can just do them like that. Now, in Adobe Audition, if you want to use your multi-track version, you can set that up also as a virtual instrument and bring all of it out there. But what I tell you, boy, I would take the left and right from the master channel and feed them right into the output channel. That's all you got to do. So it's going to take the sound from here. We're going to pass them through Adobe Audition, and we're going to pass them through channel 1 and 2. Then, when you come inside to the Ecamm live demonstration, go click that, change this in here to loop back. Now I'm running two machines, so you can't see it, but loop back's going to show up over here. You press that, selector, press loop back in your selector, and all the audio from your Adobe Audition pass through your master channel, out into the output 1 and 2, into Ecamm selector. Blood clot, perfect sound from your dad. Go on with that, boy, go on. So simple, so easy, man. Bomb glad. And me like more than good curry.
You're getting a double, like a feedback loop already right now, because you can't select it yet.
Oh yeah, sorry. Well, it's because let me give you this. It's doing that because I selected. I had two
now
broadcasters.
It's regular. No, it was fine because it sounded like a bootleg CD that you get come out of Family Dollar, and they like, here, hey man, listen to me CD, but I dropped the new single. But I dropped a new single in the city, and know about that. Never heard nothing like this here. Yeah. Listen, Rasclat, let me tell ya. You don't know nothing about this mixtape here. Put it in the CD, huh? Put it in the CD player.
Nothing but the world-class reggae tape. World-class reggae tape, man. Now,
we got the loop back there.
If you need a monitor, you can feed it to a separate monitor situation. I like to cheat, and I use a separate interface as my monitor. So I have the Rodecaster Pro, but your dock, your OWC dock on this particular situation, or my Town and Country dock, what's that thing called? CalDigit TC Pro, TC3 Pro. You can take the dock and just bring the dock and put the headphones in that, so you're not using the same device, and it's just cleaner. Don't ask me why I do it, but I just do it because I have two interfaces. But if you don't, you don't. Never mind. Anyway, and Al was right. Al said loop back. So, yeah, that's the answer. Check out the ratings, Giphy. Oh, I see. Now you're making trouble, Eileen. LGL family. Oh, that's Miss D talking. I'm trying to read that green button. Yes, right,
hit
Tommy?
Hit the big green button if you want to show
button.
Want to show your support for the Dark Rock, man.
Why I never thought about recording straight to the Rodecaster and get the asshole. It's so funny. Chris Gloss, he got the gloss up, glossy top. My man Chris, he came into the LGIF group. He run himself some blog must, and now he went glossy top. Glossy top, brother Chris, glossy top.
Chris, my brother, we want to let you know, you done do a good job, eh? You done do a good job. We're so proud of you, eh? Keep posting your videos. We're going to watch it. We're going to click it. We're going to like it, eh? You understand?
I'm going to learn something from Doc if I'm not careful. Hey, you know what? All I can say is I caught a little bit of your guys' beard and banjo celebration. I never seen so many elegant beards in one stream, bruh. I was like, Hercules. I need to get some of that root juice that they use because there was some handsome folks up in there. Yes. I think it was Thursday or Friday that they came on, and it was like nothing but beards. I was like, man, it was great.
You done remember, good people, hit the like button, huh? Hit the like button, show your support. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell. And if you done do it, we're going to find you. If you done do it, we're going to find you. Come to your channel, leave your bad comment, say you done subscribe.
Bruh, look at this right here. This, my friends, is some championship beard game. Look at these dudes right here. I was like, bruh, you guys is killing me. And your boy Johnny, his shape, him and Brian, they got that just good shape. And like me, they got the skunk stripe right down the front of one side. So I was like, oh, I gotta watch these guys more often. They're just killing it. And then I like Adam, his blends into the jacket because he wore the Sherpa jacket with the beard. And then so yeah. I was like, come on, gang. Come on. Those guys are killing me, man. I just think it's incredible that YouTube has just got so many people like popping game, right? And so they did this for hitting 1,000 subscribers. And this is why this is important to me. Okay. I think I tell folks constantly, one of the most important things that you could do is remember to celebrate all the victories, right? And a lot of people, they just don't get it. They're like, I just got 100. Like, I'm trying to get to 1,000. Yeah, so what? Take the 100 and enjoy it. And every 50 after that, enjoy it. And show your people that you love them by doing what they did. What they did is they showed them that they loved them by doing the special stream for that first 1,000. Because that first 1,000 is a mark. And y'all left me in live demo mode like a donkey, and ain't nobody said nothing. But I'm going to be mad at y'all for that. That's my fault. Big red stripe all around this here monitor. But, you know, so yeah, man, what you did, let's just give you some kudos on that because that's incredible. And I just pressed the wrong button and somehow kicked out Miss D. Where she went? See, just so y'all know, I like to make all kind of mistakes. And I don't care. I'm going to put it out anyway.
That's the thing. It's like people be trying to go from like 10 to 1,000. It's like, I promise you, like the hardest, but the most rewarding process of like, cause I'm looking now and them numbers just really is getting real close to 10K, but the subscription numbers, if like in a keeping track kind of a mindset, from 100 to 500 was like super valuable in building a community for real. When you value those first 30, those first 100, and then you start learning what you need to do to go from 100 to 500, that's like key. When you start hitting 300 or whatever, now you've really hit something. Everybody think 1,000 is like, yeah, it's a goal and it's an important milestone, but most people think monetization. But the people that come in between your 10 and 1,000 are the most valuable communities that you can build because those people say yes to you when everybody else kind of passing you up. They're not paying attention. And those people still stay subscribed most of the time because they get the vision. So that's why people like, don't just look at numbers. These are people saying yes to you. When they hit that button, bro, them 100 to 500, that's going to be your clutch group.
Absolutely. And okay, so here's the dope part about that first beginning. I look at the LGL fam, okay? Thanks to you and India and your big mouse, I got 232 folks in my thing. And what's cool about that is I know 232 folks. It's not where it's so big that I can't just call out, you know, Kim and then be like, you know, that's my other Blackanese person in there. You know, so good up on Kim. Like I can say random stuff to her, or I can tease Lola about being from Cameroon, you know, and then Michelle. Now Michelle done told us that she's Caribbean, from the Caribbean, depending on how you want to say that. Um,
Caribbean.
you know, like I know that. I know the Tommies, and both our Tommies are on point, right? You got Tommy
Hmm.
from Tommy of Loxley, he's all Robin Hood, and then you got
Hmm.
Tommy the Magic Man, who I don't know how he does it, but he be messing with my head. I'd be like, man, I be trying to watch closely. I'm gonna catch him. You ain't catching Tommy.
Not,
He
not
old, but them
happening.
hands is quick. He like, look, 4 aces. Wait, the aces was just in the deck, Tommy. What the heck are you
Like
doing?
when? What
Bruh.
happened?
It's so good. So the dope part of having your community while they're still small, and again, big
Hmm.
ups to Beers and Banjos, what Adam and Brian, those guys are doing, is
Hmm.
when you love on your community when they're small, and you build your original tribe. Your original tribe would then help, right? So the
Hmm.
Limwells, the Indias, the Alicios, the Dr. Strix, the Tommies, like these cats that are just jumping in. Brant's in there, Antony. We had RK3 one night with his insane, lovely voice. You know, them jumping on and running the award ceremonies. Like, I appreciate that stuff, man. And they're learning too, you know, so like everybody can help each other out, because we're kind of like that first branch, right? Of kids. Like
Yeah.
my sister got to be one of the first classes of a brand new school. And then they
Mm.
were together from 6th grade to 12th grade. And they are
Mm.
tight. Like they are super tight because they all started together. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So
Yep.
I like glowing up together. I think it's
Yeah.
amazing. I think it's amazing.
And it's just no other. I mean, it's you can find a lot of Facebook groups, but it's mostly a bunch of individuals kind of in a group, and then sometimes you get smaller groups paired off where a couple people know each other or a few people know each other and they talk, and everybody else in the group is not like communicative with the that smaller group. Whereas over here, it's like everybody is really getting to know everybody. So it's
Kim,
just like
Kim
you
stupid.
gotta be engaged. What you say? Can y'all do a whole live and talk? No, no,
I tell you what, if we're gonna do that stream, I'm just
no,
gonna bring on Michelle and Lola and let them have at it, and I will sit back and watch. Hi,
no.
Felicia. This is
Good
my
to see you.
dude. Felicia is seriously one of my favorite persons.
She
Like
got the
she's
smoothest, velvetiest, most comfortablest voice and online presence. Like instantly, you just all the feels. Brain massage.
M3 Live is funny. He said, I got Lou back to get my, I mean, it got Lou back because Apollo said to get Lou back for his UAD, so he bought a Roadcaster. That's kind of funny.
Mm.
Keith Pelzer, who's in our group, right? Keith Pelzer, number one, he's the man. And then
Mhm.
he's also his new Mark Twain, what do you call it, that pseudonym is Mosifi is the Black Poet. Because of
Mm.
his Vlogmas Day 8 outside sitting on the log with his cow fit,
I haven't
legs
seen
crossed.
it.
Oh my goodness, you would
I'm
just
behind on a
cry,
few of them.
Miss D. Yo, we were watching it in the Gloss Up chat, and it made me just cry. It is so funny.
His wife, like the chemistry that he has with his wife, and then to bring the kids in. Like I'm glad he decided to take Vlogmas. He's like, I'm gonna introduce y'all to my family. I could talk about business this, and I could talk about the ministry this, but I'm gonna introduce y'all to my family, and that has been like the most incredible experience. So Keith's vlogs is on point. Like I said, I'm
Right?
behind on the last couple ones, but it's just like either I'm gonna learn something or I'm gonna be well entertained, like with something that they just naturally, they're not trying to do something funny. It just naturally is. It's just all the feels.
So what's so funny about his come up in this particular situation is because he knows what he's doing, right? And the other thing that I absolutely love about watching his streams is his wife is from my hood when I grew up in
Mm.
DC. So like we were just talking. I was talking to Keith one day, and then she came on, and we kicked Keith off, and her and I chatted for like an hour, just cracking up, laughing about the old round the way. It's super funny. So M3, let me go back and get your question from eons ago that I lost. What are your thoughts on Rodecaster Pro? Okay, dude, I love it. At first, I was clowning it, and then I was like, this is dumb. I don't need it. And then Ecamm sent me one. So I go to front like I bought it. Ecamm sent it to me. And then I love it. I just absolutely love it. Now, Ms. D would tell you point blank, and she's 100% correct. No, you do not need one. There's myriad ways to create loopback without the device. I just like it, though, because I'm a DJ, and I'm used to these kind of pads, and I'm used to pressing these little buttons and things. So, yeah, I just like it. I really like it. It's cool.
Let me clarify, because everybody think I'm just like pro don't buy stuff. My whole thing is like most people get excited because they see what you do, and then they just buy it, not really knowing how they could do it, or even if they, really got the setup for it. So it's like I loved the idea of it. It was brilliant when it came in. Oh, Miss Felicia got a super chat. It's like I thought it was brilliant when they made it, because if you ever bought a mixer with like a 4-channel input or something like that, and you now have to learn all of these lines and dials and what they do and how each one impacts your audio, how to do a mix minus, if you ever play it with one of those or use one of those, you see the brilliance of the Rodecaster Pro. However, most people don't know or won't even try to learn how to use it. They'll just buy it and then it's sitting there. So it's like, just don't waste money on stuff you're not going to use, and you buying based off of excitement versus like, that'll work in my use case. That's my whole thing.
Correct. I got a question for you, Frank. What are you trying to reset to 0? Holla at your boy. Let me know. I'll see if I can help you.
He's talking about his YouTube channel.
Oh, okay. Nah. You learned so much in this game. Like, I say keep it. And you know what I love to do? I love to show my embarrassing Vin Diesel reject videos, because it helps. I think it helps. Kim says, here, I'll embarrass myself one more time just for y'all. Kim said that the LGL group has been one of the best things to come out of here for me. And I can't explain on you how much that means to me, because it was purely by accident that my friends threw me under the bus and just said, oh, we just going to leak out all of your old stuff. And then, yeah. But you know what? I'm okay with it. All right. You guys want to see some pure hilarity ensues?
Baby face.
All right, listen.
What you need to do is the baby face.
11 years ago, I was up in here teaching folks how to put emojis on your phone. And just so you know, I'm not new to this Japan thing. I've been at this for a minute, because we didn't have emojis on original iPhone. So I had to go in here and tell people how to do emojis. And I don't know if you guys know this, but Bradley will know, this is Keynote, like iWork version 2 or something. Is mad old. And you had to, these are the kind of works you had to go around to have emojis on your phone. Like, this is kind of crazy. But this is how long I've been in this game, like explaining stuff. And then I was teaching people how to change DNS. And then this is when I was in radio. Remember Follow Friday back in the day? The old school iMovie thing. And so this is me and Crystal singing. And my T-shirt that I used to have, it said, losers make excuses, winners make it happen. So that's a old school. Yeah, there you go. Losers make excuses. Yeah, I still stick to that, and winners make it happen. Boom. That was a little bit in my bodybuilding days, so I look a little bit, ready to rumble back then. This is my homage to living in Hawaii, and just boom.
Let's go iMovie.
Right? Dude, look at that guy right here. Look, my Japanese college graduation certificates. Make sure there's no bongs in this picture. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Back in the day.
But like, look, you see how old this joint is? Like, yo, this is 2009. This is like 11 years ago when the head was large.
People don't realize how hard it was to get a video up, just like technologically hard it was to get a video up like that.
Okay, I am proud of, so I'm going to show you guys the whole video because it's only 47 seconds, so just deal with it.
Turn the audio on, Doc.
No, because I got in trouble for this video.
Okay.
Back then, I ain't know no better. My boy over here is Sand Trap Steve. Come on, son. That's not how it's done. Now let Tiger Woods Rock get up in here. This is my boy Topher. That's my road dog right there. And Topher takes it to the beach. He gets to the approach. Put those knees together. Good form. Look at your hole. Knock it into the trap. and then he's in the trap. He's okay because he got it. He shoots, he scores. Come on,
That's what I'm
son.
talking about.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't read that. That was when I used to use bad words on the internet. We got all these pastoral folks up in here. I mean, you just don't understand, bro. This is old school, but it's nothing wrong, Frank. Leave your channel. Like when I thought I was writing my my Moleskine podcast, and I was teaching people how to do Moleskine. Look at that old school iMovie effects. I thought I was king with that. And then horrible green screen. Like, look at that green cast, me and Phil. But I've been a Moleskine head for quite a long time, and like these are all mine. Actually, that picture is legit. Like, I have stacks upon Moleskines, and that old school iPad 1 in the little case. So yeah, like don't be ashamed of your old school stuff, because you know what is good for me is even right now just clowning myself for you guys watching back and looking at my glow up and looking at what I thought was fitting to work versus which works now, like building a community around your channel and having people like Kim appreciate that community, having people like Frank who come in here and, you know, ask questions. And I was just telling somebody on stream the other day, Frank, I love watching your streams because all it makes me think of is I want to be in Tijuana eating some good food and kicking it with you.
Yes. Go to my channel, go to the oldest video, because we had did this on my stream, but I just want to show people it was not all good looking videos. At like in the beginning days, it was horrific.
I'm about to do a Linwell and type in Diana Gladly.
Oh gosh.
Freaking Linwell. It just messes me up. All right, this is funny. Tommy is making fun of me saying Blackanese. As I call my nephews, because they're half, I call them Blackanese. Look at Miss D. It's crazy. It's only 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, she out on the porch, y'all. That's what they call it down in St. Louis, out on the back porch.
That was at the park. Yeah.
Look at that. But still, I mean, at least your direct to camera speak is fine. But like even then, you wouldn't have known to not shoot it at the sun. Like
it was noon. It was noon too. Hot as hell. I had to like Whitney Houston lip sweat constantly. It was right after church, and I was just like, "This is horrible." Because my coach was like, "Go do a video," and I'm like, "Man, what?" And I'm like, "All right, let me go down the street to the park." And it was like noon. We just got out of church, got back to the house. I was not that far from my parents' house. I was like, "Man, let me go to the park." It was hot as hell.
See, like, gang, I'm telling you, man, you can learn so much from the old you. So, like, yeah, don't be ashamed of your come up in any way, shape, or form, man. Just keep hanging in there and doing what you got to do. Thank you, Kat, for your words. You know what? Watching you glow, watching your come up means a lot to me, because when I was a kid, my vice principal was very, very I don't know what the right word is. Accoutrement. What's the word? Essential, not essential. Pivotal. There you go. My vice principal was pivotal to me learning to get out of being the class clown and being the funniest dude in school to being the smartest, funniest dude in school. Like my vice principal put me on. Says, I know the reason. I know you're smart, but you're just lazy. I'm like, why? How you know I'm smart? Well, because if you could come up with all of the dumb, like random stuff you do, and disruptions you do, and learning how to hack the intercom so that you can bust out Sugar Hill Gang, which is what I was in the office for. So if you can figure out how to do all that stuff, why don't you put all of this smartness to like some good use instead of like hijacking my intercom?
Yeah,
and I was like, what you mean? And then he was a Marine, and he was like, yo, we could use people like you in the Marines. And I was like, all the men in my family are Army, and they just talk smack about y'all, which I still do to this day. And he goes, you know what? You should seriously think about it, because if you stay, you're going to get in the same kind of trouble just because you're like Mr. Popularity. So you're doing all of this stuff, in order to be popular, which you don't have to do because you're already popular, right? You're like, seriously, one of the smartest kids in school. You're one of the best athletes. Like, why are you up here clowning for no reason?
Yeah.
And he said, come see me every day. And so I would go see him every day. And he would put me on books and he got me like on my thing. So when I see Kat on the Glow Up, knowing that she's a principal and vice principal before, like it actually tickles the fancies to me, because if it wasn't for my vice principal from probably about 8th grade, I might be in jail.
Yeah.
I ain't even, that's facts. As Alicio says, facts. Like legit fact. What's up, Alicio?
I didn't come to hang out. I just came to say what's up to y'all. I saw y'all on. I actually jumped on the set to actually do a Vlogmas video, and I like how y'all do like the Ecamm type Vlogmas video. So I'm gonna try one of those today and see how that works out.
Yeah.
Miss Felicia, we can help you fix your audio levels for certain, for absolute certain. Unfortunately, if I remember correctly, the Rodecaster app hates my M1, which doesn't really matter because you don't need it. You can do it without it, but it does for some reason tend to not be friendly with my M1, and I don't know why. It makes me sad. Okay, let me see if I can put this over here. But gang, seriously, like Kat, I appreciate all you guys. I'm learning. Okay, I don't know if I can make this make any sense. You guys know I don't do a good job making sense on the fly. Because I'll make about 8 words right now. I can't explain you how much I'm learning watching you guys learning. Don't know if that makes any sense whatsoever. But to me, as a teacher, watching you learn, it is honing my teaching skills.
Yes.
Watching Alicio and Strick and Lim and Brant repeat the insanity to what I had taught them, to watch them repeat it in even maybe a more cohesive fashion. Thank you, DJ Strick. Watching you guys repeat the stuff that I've taught you helps me, like, okay, I got to teach that better. Or watching you jack up something I taught you, because Lim will say, I don't know why, but I just know you're supposed to do it because Doc said. Then I did a bad job of teaching you. Like, you got the thing, but you don't know why, then I screwed up, right? You know what I'm saying?
You gotta be able to teach it to a 5th grader. That's when you know you can really teach it, if you can teach it to a 5th grader.
But Lim was a 3rd grader, so
listen.
He is not here, so we can just light him up.
You watch it on the replay, cracking up, laughing.
Jody, you cannot watch this while you're working because you will not get any work done. So you will not get any work done. No,
we still don't know if Lim got the floors laid when he was supposed to, making memes and all this stuff.
The person who said that in the wrong thing. No, Yancy, it's not the shutter speed. I've tried every shutter speed in the world. It's just ghetto ass lights from Target. So it has a lot to do, I think, just with the weak power in the basement. But yeah, it's not the shutter speed. I tried. I've been through all of that. I'm loving this conversation. Thank you. Say It Live. I appreciate you. And again, thank you, Miss Felicia, for the super chat. I appreciate you. And we absolutely love what you're doing with your videos. And we will definitely get your audio straight. I'm going to help you figure that out. You know what?
7B now.
I don't have a video on the Rodecaster with Ecamm, but I have done many live streams where it comes up and we talk about it. There's really not a lot to it, but I guess I can make one because we don't really have a lot to it. And by the way, Avatar game, 300 points. That is fly. I love it. I love it.
Got the shading, gradient on the skin tone.
Say It Live. Let's see. You know what, June? Shut up. I just shut up. Yeah, you know what? I think you can. I honestly think you can. I think somebody they just might not know. But yeah. Tommy said, yeah, this one type group. I feel at home so much more there is in the Facebook. Thank you. I appreciate you, Tommy. It's not just because we pick on you all the time, Tommy. I just wanted, because maybe his wife and kids pick on him, so we make him feel at home, but we keep picking on you then.
Oh, my goodness.
Dude, Tommy is the man. I absolutely love Tommy. Every time for you, Mr. Mayor, at least one a show. When someone is trying to present something similar, You folks have been a major find. Thank you. I appreciate you. You guys try to make people up here crying.
I'm telling you.
You know
I
what I'm saying?
refuse today.
Fast and Furious. Woo woo. Thank you, Charles, making fun of me. My old school videos, man, they were crusty, bro. They were so crusty. But then I'm kind of proud of them because, like, I was not afraid to be crusty back in the day. Hey, we went from ashy to ashy. I'm working on classy, folks. I'll get there. We still on ashy a little bit. Look at the ghetto Target lights that my friend Yancy is making fun of right now. That
ghetto Target lights.
Yeah.
If you want to be a little bit more bougier, just get your lights from the Michael's or the whatever craft store locally. For whatever reason, those work.
Yep.
And they cheap. And you get like a 40% off coupon. Like, I know like Hobby Lobby. I don't know if they closed or what they did, but if they still open, they used to have
we
a 40%
had Hobby
off
Lobby
coupon.
in Hawaii for a minute.
Yeah, they had run into some issues. I don't know what's up with the locations, but you at least look online. You get a coupon. They scan it on your phone, so you get a discount, like at least 30-40%.
You know what? I appreciate you, Teddy, because Teddy said he's been promoting the film industry for 12 years and is finally now popping here in Hawaii.
I love that.
This is true. When I worked at Apple, as I met Teddy, I was working at Apple, and he came in, and he's like, yeah, I started this thing, and like his computer was being ignorant or whatever, and then I fixed it. And then, yeah, he has been working on keeping the film industry popping in Hawaii for quite a minute. And then we got lost, and from lost, we just kept it going. So, yeah, I appreciate you, brother. And that's what the main point of that was, you got to stay in it, bro. I said it yesterday in the stream, and I think it's very important that everyone remembers and still hears this. You have to show up to glow up. You can't glow up just like, I'm going to just keep reading. Oh, this book is good. This book is good. Miss D, oh, she got good advice. Alicio got good advice. Doc is mental. You have to actually do it. Like, look at the shirt, fam. Learn and do. Learn and do.
Learn and do.
Alicio, I forgot my light upstairs, fam. I meant to bring it this morning, and I was rushing downstairs, and I was like, oh, that would have fixed that flicker light problem because nobody would be looking at it. You guys will see a new edition next stream on Tuesday because Alicio got me this dope light. And so, number one, fam, appreciate you for that.
I love it, bro.
I can't wait to put that joint out because it is so cool. It is so
It's the least I can do, man. Least I can do, man. But I'm finna jump on this Vlogmas for the day and holla at y'all.
I need to do mine too.
Yeah, so do I. So I'm just making sure we got everybody covered. Make sure everybody is covered. Rapper, content creator, mogul in the making. There you go. I'm just making sure we got everybody covered before. Anytime, Teddy, and you can just hit me up directly. You down the street. These guys, Lisa, all the way in Florida. He's hella far. And Miss D is in the Lou. She's gonna go have some good food right now because we don't get none of that.
Ain't never lied. I ain't ate today either. Sorry, we ain't gonna talk about food because Alicio fasting.
No, I broke it on the 10th day yesterday, right?
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay.
You see, I look like I got more life in me, right?
I was noticing. I figured maybe you got some sleep or something. You was like, yeah. I mean, but here's the thing: you already proved it that you can do it and the benefits that you want. So that's the thing. It's like, honestly, to be completely honest, I thought about like stopping Vlogmas after like day 12 or what. I was like, because I'm like, you know. But then I'm like, no.
Unacceptable.
My whole thing was like, here's the thing. You know, it was a revelation this morning because I was really considering it. But I was like, here's the thing. Everybody's level of hard is the same. It don't really matter what's going on in your life. Everybody's level of hard, busy, or tired is the same. But the push through is also the same as well. So it don't matter if it's a time thing, if it's a job thing, if it's a family thing. And that's kind of like everybody's situation right now. Everybody kind of getting hit in those areas, or sleep and rest. So it's still hard work, but everybody's hard work, no matter what the situation is still equal. So the push through is still just as equal. If somebody go to 31 days or somebody go to 25 days or 12 days, the push through is the same to keep going. Yeah. Thanks, Frank, for the super chat. But yeah, it's like the push through, the hard, it's all the same for everybody. It's just a matter of, do you want to push through? Yeah. Do you want to? Do you really want this? It's a dude called Jet I don't know if Doc, if you ever heard of his stuff before. Jet is the most energetic man teacher I've ever heard in my life. And he said something in one of his trainings. He was like, basically you got to push through because we have a great work ahead of us. You can't get to the great work that has to be done if you keep stopping at comfort levels. Yeah. It's like you got to push through when you don't want to. So
that is 100% true.
I hear a little preacher in you. Is that a little preacher in you?
You know what? They let me teach teen church a couple times.
She got in trouble teaching teen church, so she had to quit. They're like, "Oh, she trying to smack these kids. You can't be smacking kids."
Hey, it used to get real in teen church sometimes. But you know what? That's where I do best. I can't work with adults like that because adults got too many issues. They want to defend they want to defend their faults, whereas kids are moldable and they're still in that I'm willing to learn phase. So we can talk about the hard stuff and the easy stuff. True. So it's but what it taught me as a teacher though is as an adult to keep that childlike go get it attitude. It don't matter if I get in trouble. It was worth it for trying it kind of mentality. Like don't be afraid to fail kind of, thing. So it taught me a lot working with the kids. But after I left that particular ministry or whatever, that's usually where I find myself is working with the kids because they are open to be trainable, coachable, whereas adults, they want to justify their own delusions. And that is
reality distortion field is what we call it at Apple, right? You get into your reality distortion field, and now you become self-efficating your reality when your reality is flawed. Like, it's not your actual reality, it's your suppositional reality, and then you start efficating everything in your process to become that. That's why it was dangerous for folks to be telling young kids that they stupid or you're unwanted or nobody wanted you or all this other stuff. Trust me, like that is horrible. And then once you have somebody come and snap you out of it, and sometimes you need to snap yourself out of it straight up. You need to slap your own self in the face and be like, snap out of it, Steve. And then you're like, that's why I say you got to. I know this is crazy. I do it. And she looks at me a little weird, but I go in the bathroom every morning. I am a creator. Woo! Boom. She's like, still doing that? Yeah, I'm going to keep doing it until I get that silver button. 1 million folk. When I get the 1 million folks button, I might not still stop screaming at the mirror, I am a creator, but I'm a creator. Because I was toe tapping for 11 years. You see my channel, fam? I've been toe tapping YouTube for 11 years. Longer, actually. I deleted some old videos before I realized I shouldn't have deleted them. But I've been toe tapping in YouTube since YouTube came out. And then only now in the last year that I tell myself I'm a creator. And then now it's in there. Hey, you know what, Jody? I'm going to tell you right now, brother man, trust me on this. Trust me on this. Trust me on this. Trust me on this. Take your iMovie and rename it Jody Don't Click This. Go to apple.com/Final Cut Pro. Download the 90-day free trial. Free trial. We're going to start from scratch. If you need to, brother, I will sit my butt in the Let's Get Live group private stream, and I will get you started. Miss D is doing the Final Cut training today, too. Jody, I love you, and you are so good at what you do, fam. Take that button, rename the icon. Jody, do not touch this damn button. Because you're the church guy, I need you to actually type in damn button. Do not touch this button. Just rename that and then download the Final Cut free trial and then slide in. And you good. You good. Just trust me. You got 90 days to figure out where you're going to get the $199 from to pay for it, because it will work perfectly for 90 days with no limitations that I can think of. I don't think there's any. And once you get it, you be like, oh, there's no way I'm doing that ever again. And iMovie's great-ish. iMovie is great-ish. It is like how steak is good until you have a ribeye. And then you go, nah, steak is blessed. Oh, my goodness. And you don't want to eat none of the rest of them phony cuts. Like, even all of the bougie people with their filet mignon tastes like shoes. Ribeye, Spencer, Delmonico, depending on what country you from. Oh, bruh. And then once we do Ecamm Live, and Kim's in here, once we do Ecamm Live not Ecamm Live, was it Let's Get Live trip to Japan, and all of y'all get a taste of some actual Wagyu, not Wagyu, people, Wagyu. You're going to be like, Doc, you've been hiding this flavor for, yes, sir. You don't even know.
Yeah.
So, Jody,
it's just like when you go to get a dollar cheeseburger from McDonald's versus a mom and pop shop, and they make you their burger with some for real cut meat that they then grinded themselves, seasoned it, and then they give you that. It's just like, even the difference between, it's a big difference. It's like somebody asked, like said they asked in a group, like, what's the difference between like iMovie and Final Cut? And it's just like, it's no point in even wasting your time with the free stuff when you know you need more. Yeah. You automatically know you need more.
Miss Cat said, no, you can't slap kids.
Yes, you can.
Adults are different animals.
You can. I promise you.
Hey, you know what?
Plenty acceptable.
Lewis, I love you for this comment, because that's the reason why I did it. I understand what Nick was saying this morning as to how it could be bad because you're competing. I don't try to worry about whether I'm competing with anybody else. This was mostly for me to see if I can get through with it. Having the other 235 of y'all now to decide to roll with me, that's good. We would have been about 240, but we lost a couple of sheeps. But it's okay. You guys are. You don't even know. I'd be dead tired. And I watched the entire wrap up, and I'm like, thank God I'm in the last time zone, because I got like 2 hours to put this video together.
Right.
But you know what? I'm gonna get it done. I said yesterday, I told y'all yesterday, I did not want to do it, but you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna do it.
Everybody's heart is the same heart. Like, here's the thing, which I don't realize, as people that are like in the midst of trying to help people, we in the groups, you got Alicia on them like every night. Like, it's harder on the people trying to be in a leadership role to do and lead at the same time. Like, y'all got to understand, y'all doing 31 videos. You already done did it for 12 days straight. When January hit and you doing 1, maybe 2 videos per week, you're going to crush the hell out of those videos. It's going to be a breath of fresh air to do once per week. Whereas before Vlogmas, y'all was thinking like, I don't have time for once a week. No, now you looking like piece of cake.
Once a week.
I was doing 7 of them things.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Like, so your editing is infinitely faster, even if you think you're bad at editing right now, because you editing every single day. Every single day. That muscle memory is locked in right now. So when you get down to this once, maybe twice per week video, maybe a live stream, like, your muscles are so well developed and in tune and shape. Once a week is going to be a breath of fresh. You waiting. Yeah, I know y'all waiting for once a week. You can't wait for January to hit. You like, man, I can't wait to just get down to once a week. So your whole perspective is
so true. So true. I mean, and again, like, man, it's on. And I'm okay. Like, I know that I put Orlando onto the free trial for, actually, can you do me a favor, Lance? Can you pop that back in the group at the top of the group? Just like paste it in so Jody can grab the link. You don't got to look for it. I'm telling you, once you do it, and he asked me that Tuesday or I think on Tuesday I gave him the link, and then you playing with it, like, it's a game changer. Yes. And we going to Kobe first? All right, Mom, I got you. We'll take them to the top of Mount Rococo so they can see like the whole Japan from up on top of the mountain. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, only competition is you. And and June said I need to run around my neighborhood naked screaming fire, 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 and then I'll get to that 1 million. I'm not listening to June. He's crazy.
But that's the thing. It's like, you want a bunch of subscribers, you want all this now. Y'all don't know what y'all would do when here's the thing. All them M50 videos is old, from 2018.
Don't say that next to Elicio, Miss D.
It's okay, because you know why
he feeling some type of way.
It's okay. He finna get a Sony. He gonna get a Sony. It's all right. We're gonna bless him. He gonna get a Sony. It'll be all right. But it's like, all them M50 videos is from 2018. 2018. So when the coronavirus hit, and I'm jumping over to the live stream stuff, all of that stuff popped like nobody's business, because that video stuff was there, and that was a test of me trying. Based on Meredith Marsh, who was doing a GoPro series for like moms or something, trying to just help and make it easy for them. She's like, I encourage you to make your own 31 day. I said, bet. I take on that challenge. It was on her podcast. And so I did the M50 series as a result of that. In addition to that, all the Ecamm stuff also popped also. So you don't even know what you're putting together that you're devaluing. It just may not be the time for it yet. Nobody could have expected the coronavirus. Nobody could have expected us to be doing all the stuff that we doing. But at the same time, if for nothing else, your own personal journey, you can be at a point to where you say, I'm glad I got started versus I wish I got started. Because quitting is easy. Quitting is what everybody do. Pushing through is what very few people do.
Yes, quitting is very easy. That is so true. Okay, the Kim, she brought up something here. Inside. I know Kim Chow.
Get the Apple Education bundle. Yeah.
You get the education bundle after the 90 days is up. And that's also super smart. $199, you get Logic, you get Final Cut, you get Motion, and you get something else. I don't know why I'm dumb. I should know this.
Compressor.
That's it. That's the answer.
India was on it.
Do this vlogmas, y'all. Love y'all, man. I'm gonna see y'all in a little bit.
All right, brother. You too.
Thanks, fam. Yes, that pro bundle for education is the game changer. So make sure you guys get in there. And India said just fill it out. So they just send it to you. They don't even ask. So, I don't feel messing with Apple is bad. They got billions. They're not gonna miss it. So knock yourself out.
And normally, it's still $199. It ain't like it's $50.
Normally I'll be like, I don't do that. You cutting out, but they're Apple. They don't care. I used to work there. Miss Felicia, I want to know if you're still here. If you're still here, I will show you something real quick on the Rodecaster Pro. If you ain't, then we'll just get it on Tuesday. And so we got you just bought the bundle during the show. It was a great buy. What? Damn it. All right, cool. So now that I know that you guys need to know a little bit more about some cut, then we'll do some cut training. You know what I'm saying?
I got to do the videos first, so I got content to put in there for the. That's why I'm like,
I just, I was thinking about that, Ms. D, because I wanted to show everybody about how to do proxy if you got a slow machine, and then I was like, I got all kind of videos just now because of Vlogmas, so I just recut a video that I already done cut. Okay. Yeah. So, Cat's here, and then we'll just clip this out and give it to Miss Felicia. Come here. Let's do this. So let me just press this real quick. And then somebody was asking yesterday, how do you make it go? You just tap it. So anyway, that's a little bit hot. Filmic Pro. I know you're a professional application, but I need you to stay there. So here's what you got to do. And I should use a tripod, but I'm not going to grab it.
SwitchPod being given away at EntryWomanTV.com for the 10K giveaway.
Oh, yeah. That's true. It's coming up. So I'm on my pod mic, and I have my pod mic connected to 1. So I'm going to just press 1. And then you're going to come over here to levels. Okay. So you can see in my levels, yesterday, the Lion King and I were talking about coming in and trying to hit yellow, right? So I currently have my level set at 38. Now, right now, if you look over here, I am past Unity, but that's because I have it set to eliminate some noise in my room. But if I were to go to here, you can see that I'm now only hitting the bottom of that level. So what I could do is touch this in here and crank that up a little bit until now I'm here. So then if I go bomba clad, then I'm hitting hard yellows, right? I don't want to pass this line right there. Okay? Me don't want to pass this line here. So all of a sudden, let me go, welcome to Jamrock, right? Out in the streets, they call it murder. Lucifer, son of the morning, I'm going to take you out of earth. Okay, see, now I know that no matter how hard I push it at level 42, which is another joke if you're an 80s kid, now that I'm not pushing it past level 42, I can't hit red yet. That's a good number. And then so here, this is all I need to be at. You know what I'm saying? So, what? June muted? Shut up, June. Don't mess with me. Anyway, so you can come in here and adjust your level. I personally keep mine at level 38 because I have lots of headroom there. And then I'll pop this up to about right here, and then I'm fine. And I leave it like that, knowing that I can adjust it in Final Cut. But I am very cognizant of what I am doing in Final Cut. So that's how you set your levels. Now, she went and changed mics, which she didn't have to, but it's okay. I'm not going to be sad at her. In here, you got Rode Pod mic. It's set on Rode Pod mic. Okay? And Kat says she's using a NTG. You can profile it around the NT1 or the NT1A, but you could just profile it off of Dynamic 2, right? But it'll be similar. It'll have a similar thing. All of the Rodes have a general profile, but for Felicia, who's going to be coming through picking up that, she's just going to switch to. My mic's going to sound different right now because it's not using my Rode profile. But yeah, just press Dynamic and do your adjustments from there. One thing you have to be careful of when you're using the Cloud Lifter, you're going to have to make sure you turn off the phantom power for your mic. So when you come here and you go back one screen, now I got my audio processing on. Okay, on my screen here, I am using all of this here, right? Except the noise gate. But what you can do if you got your app working, where him at? Where the boy go showing him one? If you got your app working, you can do all of this stuff from the app. No, you don't need a Cloud Lifter. Oh, you have a shotgun is in AT875R. I'm assuming that's dynamic. AT875R. Let me read real fast. Audio Technica. It's a condenser. Okay. Okay, Miss Cat. For your situation, you're going to come here inside microphone. I might be deaf right now. I'm really low right now. That condenser button. You're going to have to set that condenser button, I repeat, because if I said it, it makes it super quiet. So you start from condenser and then work from there. You know what I'm saying? On that particular mic. So maybe you don't have it on the right one. Now, if you can't get into that middle green area, Miss Cat, with your mic, if you can't get into that middle green, like almost touching, let's call it green to the right, if you can't touch that, oh man, dude, you need to dust this joint. Come on, son. If you can't, man, Abuelita would slap you for this amount of dust. Actually, my Korean mom would slap me for this amount of dust. If you can't like get that taken care of, then you might need a Cloud Lifter or a Fet Head, or I say buy the $39 rolls because it's way cheaper and it works.
You said rolls?
Rolls.
Rolls?
Hold on.
Because I've only heard of the Cloud Lifter and the Fet Head one, so I don't think. And I know I stay in the tech stuff, so I ain't never heard of that one.
Well, everybody looking at my finger. What the heck are you doing? Take the finger off the screen, boy. Okay, I'll be right back. Y'all entertain yourselves, Alicia.
Okay. Yeah. So, Kathy, you saying you don't have a Cloud Lifter? June clarifying, saying you need to. He means turn on phantom power for the Cloud Lifter. Yeah. So some microphones need power to them. So that's what's called phantom power, which means you're drawing that power source from something else or whatever the case is, so that you get that extra boost. That's why USB type microphone, something like the Samsung Q2U or whatever, well, you can still hook it up via XLR, but because of the type of microphone that it is, it does not require phantom power. That needs the extra juice for it to be, to do its job. It doesn't mean one mic is bad or one mic is good. It's just the way it's built and what it's designed to do. So some just need that extra jump.
No, one mic is mad. The Blue Yeti is a piece. Never mind.
Blue Yetis are trash. I want to take everybody I see who's live stream use a Blue Yeti. I just want to send them a Samsung Q2U, a Shure SM7B, something, because I'm like, stop using that.
Right. So this is a Rose Mini Mic preamp. And as you can see, it is 56. Oh, it's gone up. It's normally around $30-something, but even at 56, it's not 150 cloud lifter. And it's not that the cloud lifter is bad. There's nothing wrong with cloud lifters. They are absolutely dope. However, they are 150 bones, right? I was looking to see if it would pop. It normally pops up down here, but like a dual cloud lifter is 250. And like, it just got famous for roundabout no reason. This is a Fed head. That's actually the Phantom blocker, but same company. Here's a Fed head. Fed head is $100, right? And Fed head is dope because of his size, but Fed head is 100. This is still 50 bones. You can find a used one for mad cheap. Other sellers, new and used from 56. People done figured this guy out. Because normally, what I have in my hand, you can only pick it up for like $35-$40. Anyway, so let me show you what it be real quick. What it be like, or what it see like, as we used to say.
And something like this, y'all could take the way it's shaped, because some of y'all need to get your cable management together. So get you some double-sided, the sticky tape or whatever that can hold up to 2 pounds or something. Mount it right underneath your desk like a little station, almost as if you were on Star Trek. So that way you got desk space, you can breathe, but you also got access to your preamps if you want to adjust the gain without having to feel like everything got to be on the desk. Use some of that space underneath. And Doc's showcasing, we have currently the Christmas edition of the Let's Get Live shirt. If you or a loved one would like to purchase, please go to docrob.live/shop if you want to get you some merch. But yeah, go ahead and start, think of how you got a battle station underneath, not right underneath your desk. So you don't have to have everything on top. So when you do need to have space for the Rodecaster Pro or something like that, you got space for it. Doc's showing you the clear double-sided tape.
This shirt right here is super sticky. Look, it's stuck to my hand. This is called nano tape, and this is dumb sticky. It is crazy. You could stick a child to the window when they get out of hand and be like, you gonna stay your hand pots over here, and they ain't coming off.
Okay. Christmas gift to all your teachers this year.
So tell them that Miss Cat Walker, assistant principal, now principal, told you to stuck the child to the wall. So get you some nano tape, also from that Slamazon, that Slamazon Life. And let me see if I can find it real quick. It will stick anything to anything.
It's on sale right now, $10.
Oh, I'm about to buy some more. You cannot get enough nano tape, fam. Nano tape is here's a crate. You can wash it. You can take it off when you're done, wash it, and use them again. And ain't nothing better than reusable sit your ass over here tape. Hashtag shirtable.
Shirtable. Get you some.
Yes,
listen.
June. I'm glad June clarified that. I said it backwards. That's what I keep him around for. Yes, make sure you don't mess it up. Anyway.
$11 for the 2-roll, 5% off coupon you can check off is worth adding to the cart right now. And Amazon, I would expect you on Monday.
It's so good. Well, you got the $11 for 2 rolls.
Yeah, and then you get a 5% off coupon.
All I see.
You don't see it?
Nah.
Click on the actual nano tape one.
This one?
Yeah, the one for $9.
That's $6.
No, the one that it's like a blue and a red branding that says nano.
One.
Yes.
That one.
Click that one. Then you click the 2-roll. And now you see a 5% off checkoff coupon right there.
Oh, yes, sir. Look, and it's been upgraded for 2020. Added me some more nano tape too. As y'all can see, I need some batteries. I gotta get some more batteries, and I need a Spigen glass protector for my 12 Pro Max. Good thing I don't have no drawers in my cart right now. Y'all be like, Doc buying drawers. Doc is buying drawers. You guys know I'm simple, man. I'm sorry. Anyway, so basically what you do, and Luis, this is you too. You take
you can go full screen, Doc, if you need to.
No, that's good. This is simple. You take your output Come on, Sigma, stop looking at me. There you go. You take your output, which is this in here, and you plug it to your Rodecaster Pro. Take your input, which is this next side over here, and that will be your microphone. And then this last one over here is the electricity. So you plug in the electricity. Sorry, wrong finger. You plug in the electricity, and then that just basically gives you a little juice. What I like about this box here is I got gain control. Hold it upside right. I got gain control on there. And focus, Daniel son. Man, hold that thing straight. Anyway, I can add 0 to 50 dBs of gain with an actual knob. What I don't like about the Cloud Lifter, ain't no knob. Same with the Fathead, ain't no knob. So cheaper and knob. Get this one. It's just way cheaper and it got a little knob. It ain't cute. It's not blue, but you got knob. Knobs can be adjusted. Otherwise, you ain't adjusting nothing. So I like that. Phantom power is either in or out. So it's also to me safer than the Cloud Lifter, because the Cloud Lifter you got to do it what June said and don't mess it up. So I prefer to be in control. All phantom power is, Lewis, is when you have a microphone that requires power because it's a condenser based diaphragm. That's it. G-Track Pro is dope, actually. Yes, we have Samsung's, both us. She's on the Samsung Q2U. I have Samsung Q2U right next to my foot. And so, yes, they are the same. I'm not even going to try to mess it up. Mr. Toth. Toth is a Hungarian name that I know of. My friend is. Anyway, blue mics are dope. The real blue mics. The Blue Yeti is Logitech stolen. Let's just put it that way. Blue Bottle, legendary. Legendary.
The baby bottle has no complaints.
And the Spiritual Mouthpiece said, how do you feel about the Rode Pod mic? Well, I got 2 of them. So that's the answer to that.
Using it right now, if you can't tell.
Rode Pod mic can be yours for $99. It comes with a wonderful, strong Y-yoke mount, nice metal construction, made in Australia. Microphones from down under. Yeah, there you go. This is worth every bit of kangaroo juice ever been made. I love it. And my brother is a smart aleck. You guys think I'm bad. He ain't even get warmed up yet. He's still pretending to be nice. As y'all get to know him and the snark comes out like he be busting on Linwell. Linwell set June up yesterday. Linwell FaceTimes June and then takes a picture of him with his Steve Jobs turtleneck and his mask. It's just like, June, don't you know, look, he got the mask on right now. Don't you know Lim was going to meme you? Don't you know better?
Guaranteed. Guaranteed. If he FaceTimed you, no. Guaranteed.
Actually, I'm not anti-SM7B at all. Spiritual Mouthpiece, which is, is that Andrew? I can't tell by the icon. I can't see. That looks like it could be Andrew. I don't have anything against it. I think it is a fantastic mic, and worked in radio, used the original version before the SM7. Love it, love it, love it. But I'm telling all my folks, because what you need to spend your money on is better lighting and better thing. I do say that you got to get your audio game first. So I'm telling you to get the pod mic because you only put in $99 here. Plus the interface. I'm going to give you that. I'm going to put you at $250. But then I left you the other $250 that you would have spent on that SM7B to get you some better lighting or put it towards your Shure Sweet 16. So that's why I say, or you get 4 of these for the cost of the FM7B. That's the only reason why I say that.
It's not that it's overrated, but for what most people are trying to do, it's not really worth it. And here's the thing. You are going to sound just as good. And if you compare, it's not until you it's like that Walmart TV syndrome. Until you go up there and you look at the $50 TVs all the way to the $2,000 TVs, and you get you a good $300, $500 TV, when you take that home and you getting ready to let everybody watch the game, they just walk in and say, oh, that's a dope TV. The game look amazing. Nobody is going to tell you, oh man, you should have got the $1,100 TV. Ain't nobody really tripping off of you for that. It's like you just really get what you need Ain't nobody comparing like you should have got that Shure SM7. They don't even know what you sound like on it. And most of the time for the stuff that you're going to add, especially if you getting all this other stuff, you more or less are going to sound the same. So it's really not that big of a deal.
I'm just answering Dr. Elo's question with a photo. Yes, I've been using this thing for a year and a half, and I love every second of it. So yes, it does come highly recommended. However, if you was fitting to buy a new one, buy the Cow Digit because it's cheaper and better. But yeah, that's it. So I do recommend it. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. Oh, you got the new one. But anyway, yeah, I love OWC. OWC stuff is legit, can basically be guaranteed. The RE320 is legit mic, okay? Legit mic. 100%.
What is that one?
That is radio station. You had the RE2020s, RE320s, RE420s. It's the standard issue. Whenever you see somebody talking in the radio station, that's what they got in their face. It's Electro Voice.
Oh, right. I've been, you know who put me on Electro Voice? I think it was trying to think of his name. Oh gosh. I see his face, but I forgot his name. He does a live streaming show. And I saw him start talking about Electro Voice. Then you see like Bandrew from he does Podcastage, his YouTube channel review. Like
I always thought it was Podcast Stage, but it's Podcastage, which is funny because but this is very standard issue radio station mic. That's a radio station switchboard right there. Like you could go in your neighborhood right now to any radio station, and they are probably talking to you from one of these. That is the most common joint. And the white version is the RE20, the old school joint, 320, 420, like they all out in these streets. So yeah. It's very, very
you could easily take that good $500, get you a pod mic, get you the rolls that you just talked about, get whatever else to get you some lights, get you that Sigma 16mm lens, and that infinitely is better than one Shure SM7B.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the reason why I tell everybody it's nothing wrong with those because I mean that's where I come. I've been radio for years, bro. I come up on speaking in one of these, but it's something. When the pod mic came out, I was floored. I was like, I wanted it to suck because I was going to rip it. I was like, rolled and finally in stepped on their little Johnson with that. There's no way that $100. Oh snap!
It was hard not to leave my Samson mic, and I was like, I'm not doing the interface. I'm not doing it. I got one that I use sometimes if it's more than me occasionally doing stuff with friends or something like that. And then the Zoom H6 helps. So I do my floating Zoom H6 off the desk. But I'm like, I'm not doing it. It's just extra stuff for no real reason. And this sounds perfectly good for my voice. Just can't do it.
Mark, the answer to that question is a Andrew and Sylvia answer. Don't ask me. I don't know.
Good to see you, Marga. Man, Marga, you push it through.
You know what? M3 Live comes correct because that new Shure is nice though. That 250, because India had a Lewitt, which I love. I love her voice in the Lewitt, and then she busted out the MV7, and she sounds good. I personally still like her voice in the Lewitt, but I'm particular. And the thing I like about the Lewitt, it just adds a little something to the picture because it's white. You know?
Yeah.
It's got a little flavor for it.
Lim drops is back.
Lim, shut it. Shut it, Lim. Shut it, June.
That's what's happening. They going back and forth in the chat. I'm like, where are the other comments at? Versus them like.
Yeah, I don't need to use this rolls now because I have this. But remember, June, on my old interface, I had to have the rolls plugged in. So yeah. Okay, Elo said, "Get back to your family, Lim. Leave us alone." Explanatory Live, man, thank you for being here. I appreciate you.
Good
you
to
gotta
see
watch
you.
the dishes. Oh, you cook some Cuban sandwiches? What? I kind of want one of those. So they're not the same thing, Luis. Oh wait, I forgot to click it. Phantom power is you either need it or you don't. That's nothing that's gonna. If you use it and you don't need it, you can blow up a mic. Although most mics nowadays are better suited to ignore it. But you notice that they sold a phantom power blocker if you were trying to protect a very prestigious mic and you just wanted to be Garens. So a cloud lifter is designed for if your interface say only has gain up to like 50, right? Most modern interfaces, knowing the myriad amount of mics out there, have gain up to like 70 dB. I believe the Rodecaster Pro has up to 60 dB a gain. I forget. But if your mic gain, you can't get it loud enough without hearing all the air in your room, then that's when you need it. Okay. So right now, I'm going to show you guys something. I am sitting here at 38. This is my gain. And I'm not going to make any noise. I'm going to put the slider all the way up to full. And then you let me know if you can see or hear any room noise. Actually, I don't need you to say nothing because my meter is not bouncing. So the meter is not bouncing with the volume. Oh, that's obnoxious what I just did. Sorry. The meter was not bouncing with the volume turned all the way up. There's no movement whatsoever, no little green glitches. It was pure black. That tells me that I got my gain stage on point. When you turn it up and your meter is doing this in here, that means your gain stage is wrong. So that way, when you go quiet, you don't hear. That's what it's about. That's what that life is about. And that's why you want dynamic. And that's why we use a windscreen. And then Miss D even uses 2 windscreens because she's like, when I get heated, I get heated. So I need 2 windscreens. What?
Y'all gotta be ready.
When she goes into ear slicing saint mode, you know what I'm saying?
It'd be like that on the streams. Shoot, I had somebody who was like, you need one that's like this. And I'm like, shut up. You don't know why I'm using what I'm using. And that's the thing. It's like people go for like the herd mentality. I'm buying whatever. And then I get these emails and these DMs, people frustrated because they're like, I'm still getting this and this, that, or whatever. You got to know your style. I know I get animated. I may turn and talking to this mode. So I need that broken up. That's why I personally need this based on how I actually talk, present, and stuff like that. And I do it from the side instead of front on because I know how I talk, so it's just like, you got to know you and what works for you. And then I've got the jets flying over and stuff that'll cut through because it's shaking the windows. But at the same, and because I'm real close to the base, but at the same time, you got to know what works for you and in your situation and your environment.
Okay, explanatory line here. Okay, I'm gonna answer this in 2 parts. Number 1, if you happen to live somewhere where I mess up my gain, if you happen to live somewhere where you can rent mics, which is kind of weird because I personally don't like it, but I can understand. You just got to think about it. It's really hard to get mic advice because your voice is your voice and your voice is different from the next person's voice. I have a lot of travel in my voice, half Latino. If I was Chinese guy, I have a lot of travel in my voice. They talk loud too. So people that are used to talking loud, then you can get away with a mic without that same level of sensitivity. If you have that ASMR, Felicia, soft, like pleasant, calm voice, she's going to need something different. Mics is very subjective. It's red wine, white wine, beer, ale, malt liquor. Like it's very subjective. But the problem is the general population goes out and grabs mics based off the advice of other people, right?
Yeah.
And so that being said, from a pure mechanic standpoint, not as a podcaster, not as a studio guy, but as a video guy, since I can barely walk, shotguns for this job, no.
Right.
I don't care what all of the flexperts say. No.
Yep.
Because from physics, from pure physics, and Kevin, me and Kevin Lyon, we're going to have this fight because I love Kevin, but I told him yesterday, when Kevin stops talking, I can hear the air in his room. Why? Because somebody told Kevin to get a shotgun mic, hold it out of the shot, and then talk to it. And here's the reason why. What you guys buy as shotgun mics are sub-$1,000 shotgun mics because it's for podcasting or for video or whatever. What we use in the film industry on a boomstick is a $3,000 shotgun mic. It don't listen to air. It listens to actors. Right?
On a sound stage with sound dampening and sound
dampening treatment, all of the above.
And you got an audio engineer sitting there holding there, actively working and tweaking all his job is the audio. They don't care about nothing else that's going on. They care about the audio. They locked the whole time, just like this, adjusting for the whatever, or even if it is on a boom stand or whatever, then it's like that. And that's the deal. People look at, I'm just gonna get a Rode Video Micro and just boop right here, and it's just like, no, because the $3,000 microphone and the $60 microphone, while the $60 microphone is great in a certain use case, this is not it.
This is not it. So all of the people that are doing that because somebody who teaches you to do videos from the brick wall tells you to buy that, I feel sorry for you because you've been scolded wrong. I did this professionally, right? I used to be the guy with the Naga recorder on my neck, holding a stick, tweaking them controls. It is not made for this. And yes, you can do it. You absolutely can drive country in the cross country in the Yugo. I prefer something a little bit more comfortable. It has 4 wheels in the engine and it will get you there. But that's not a comfortable ride. So yes, you can do it. So yes, it's very true. Mics are 100%. You got to kind of find your voice, and you might need to buy and return until you find your voice. Because look how many people bought Yetis because everybody told them to buy a Yeti, and certain people's voices sound fine on the Yeti. My mentor, my favorite person in the planet, Stephanie, uses a Yeti. It matches her voice. Yeti on my voice sound like crap. I told Rob, I said, Rob, I love you. Got to get rid of the Yeti. And he goes, oh, it sounds great. No, I don't. Don't let nobody lie to you, Rob. That Yeti sounds like crap. Then Rob finally got a Rode, or he got a Movo or something. And he's like, oh, my, you're right. This sounds much better. And I go, yeah, because I could tell by your voice that your voice does not match a Yeti, period.
And that's the thing. When you're looking at reviews. Hey, the man. My sir.
See, if you have a harsh English voice, I'm sorry, teasing Ian. Ian is the man. Yeah, but some people, your voice will sound good on the Yeti, and most people won't, because it's just it. Also, I can say this: the Yeti XL, or whatever the higher end Yeti was, and the original Yetis were really blue mics. Logitech bought them a year after they started. So if you have a 2009 Yeti, you probably have a perfectly fine Yeti. But if you have a 2018 Yeti, your Yeti sound like crap. I don't care what nobody tell you, because you are buying the Logitech. How cheap can we get this built, $18, and still sell it for $150? That's Logitech's mentality. And Logitech is one of these companies that their high-end stuff is legit. Their low-end stuff is absolute rubbish.
And that includes the blue snowball. If you thought you was getting out of the lick, if you got the blue snowball, you too. And here's the thing: when you're looking at audio reviews for microphone, everybody kind of looks for the beautiful video, the best presentation, and they neglect to look at, is that person's voice similar to mine? Because if I'm listening to a woman do a review on a microphone, or even an unboxing and her first impressions or something, and she has a very high-pitched voice, that does not help me, because that's not the normal tonality of my voice. It sounds like this. It's like a medium to almost lower register voice. I need to go and listen and find somebody, male or female, that has a voice where their tone is kind of similar to yours. It don't matter if the video is horrible. You just need to listen to how it sounds. And then you can go look at the product review video for like the features and stuff, but really find somebody whose stuff sounds like yours, like their voice kind of sounds similar. And then it's just like, oh, okay, that's how potentially I would really sound, and then get it and test it out for yourself.
Yeah. So here's this funny stuff. Ian said the Howe PR40 and the DBX286, a perfect combination. Almost. Because for me, when I bought a Heil, it was one of the first mics that I bought, and my voice is too rugged for a Heil. But the DBX 286 is also good. Now, Ian brings out a good point that it is more complicated to set up. Yes, 100% true. But brain surgery is also complicated, but you don't want anybody who didn't study how to do it to do it. So I will never teach you, don't do this because it's complicated. I will teach you how to get it, rather than tell you, oh, that's not good enough for you because it's too complicated. You understand, Ian? Like, I mean, I'm not saying what you're saying is 100% correct, but I never want to scare people away from why you should actually buy a Sony and a Sigma versus, oh, just get this Panasonic because it's easy to set up. Easy to set up. That's not my squad. Like, if you want to do that, fine, as you, not my squad. I am going to yell at you. I'm going to scream at you. I'm a drill sergeant. Like, I come from fire. I'm going to teach fire. But when you're done, your product is going to be like that. I am that football coach that will make you sweat, but you will become the best in the game. It's not worth half-stepping. It's just not worth it. And that's why every time I see one of my senators on TV with a crappy camera and a crappy mic trying to come from a position of power to tell you that what they have to explain to you is important, I'm like, why would you do that to yourself? Like, it's not very expensive, and we pay you close to 2 million bones a year. Step your joint up, fam. Get some light. Like, even if you had to buy it out of your own pocket, don't be an expert coming off looking booty. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And that's the same thing in corporate America. It's like, I used to see those videos they used to send out in the company email. You open it and it's just like they looking down, the camera up here, they looking down at the whatevers. No microphone or nothing, just Mac audio and stuff like that. It's just like, y'all are $1 billion corporation. What is the problem for $1,000 setup that you can have your CEOs look like they know what the heck they talk? I'm saying, it makes no sense for the employee to look better than the employer.
We just saw
it. Don't make sense.
We just saw it in the stream a little bit ago. One of the dudes came in the Let's Get Live group, and he's like, look, I just had this Zoom call with all of my higher ups, and everybody's like, how come you look so good and we don't? Because y'all listen to people who didn't want to tell you, like, from your position of, it's just your brand. Like, I'm not inviting you guys to my house if my house look wrecked. Number one, my old lady wouldn't stand for it. Number two, my mama wouldn't stand for it. So yeah. And Ian is right. Like, I'm just saying this is bad teaching. You're correct because you're like me. You're a podcaster, so you get it. Sound quality is number one. I think it's bad teaching. I think it's bad teaching to tell people that in order to look a certain way, you got to have mic out of your shot. When we can go all the way back to Edward R. Murrow, Walter Cronkite, like go all the way through. Even the top guys right now, there's mic is in the shot. If you look at Stephen Colbert, mic on the desk. David Letterman, mic on the desk. Seth Meyers, mic on the desk. Bob Costas, mic on the desk. How come all of the champions got mic in the shot, mic on the desk, but I'm over here talking about being a vice principal. Sorry, Kat. And I can't have a mic in my shot because somebody told me that you should have a mic in your shot because it's distracting. I'm going to call BS because you know why it's distracting? Because you ain't got nothing to say. If you got something important to say, nobody's looking at your mic. Nobody even paying attention to my whack-ass flashy lights back there because what I'm saying is of better value than my irritating $8 Target lights, which I will get rid of. so, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's just the idea, like, if your brand is that weak and, like, if your brand falls apart because of a mic in the shot, you don't have a brand. You know what I'm saying? Somebody was just watching a YouTube video. That's all that was. If a microphone is the difference between making or breaking your brand and somebody saw that you're actually using a microphone, you don't have a brand developed. It's you know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
It's a thing of not having confidence in what you're putting out. And it's also, actually, I believe Ian teaches confidence on camera. I think that's his whole point, if I remember correctly. If I'm messing it up, Ian, by all, shoot me. But it is having enough confidence in your own brand, having enough confidence in yourself, but it's also making excuses for not doing the other work to make your channel shine, to then say, well, the reason why my video is not getting as good is because I was doing all this stuff wrong. No, you put out a video and you sat back and prayed. You didn't engage. You didn't build community. You didn't jump in other communities and provide value. You didn't buy a Facebook ad if you have to. You didn't share it in your other socials. You didn't concentrate on product. You didn't concentrate on show quality. That's why you didn't get the people. It's not because you had a mic in shot or you had a shotgun mic, because although Kevin has a shotgun mic and it does make a lot of air, and I personally hate it because I'm an audio guy, Kevin's stuff is fire. So I will listen to what Kevin has to say, even with his weird audio, even though I just want to go over there and fix it. But I will listen to Kevin because Kevin spits fire. And he is the man. He is such an awesome dude. Like, I love him. Hear the lion roar. Every time the intro, I'm like, oh, Kevin, you got me.
Let's go. Let's go.
I'm like, I'm in my chair. I'm like, let's go, Kevin. What you got to say? Like, I'm fired up. So, like, you know, again, I'm not, everybody has their own personal taste and microphones and taste. And even, hold on to this one now. You know, every time I do this, I mean, I want y'all to listen. Even me teaching you this versus somebody else teaching you this, you might be like, I like the way Lewis teaches it better than the way Doc teaches it, so I don't need to listen to Doc anymore. I'm going to listen to Lewis, and I'm okay with that because you will vibe with your tribe. Where's Alicio? That's not how he says it.
Your vibe attracts
your tribe. So the people that listen to me is because you're okay with my yelling and screaming and weird words and random, like, I don't even care about the tech glitches because what I'm going to tell you fire-wise is fire. Like, you listen to us because you like the vibe that we put out, and I'm cool with that. Like, I'm not trying to be the other people. I'm never going to tell you to talk in front of a blank wall with no mic in your shot. That, my friends, is boring. I'm sorry. It just is. You ain't never watched a movie where they haven't spent millions of dollars on making the back look as good as the rest. The entire prop departments.
Yes.
But then somebody out here teaching people in these streets, let's make your set with nothing in it, just you, no mic and shot, black t-shirt. Sorry, that's not me. I'm not doing it. If you want to do that, it's like, I am not against you. It's just not me. That's not my squad.
It's like I used to, well, once you in for life. It's like, so I was part of the thespian society where you do the acting and the plays and stuff like that. Okay, well, I prefer to be in the background. Occasionally, yeah, I'll get a role and do some stuff, but I'm trying to be on the background. And that's the thing. Nobody has no idea how intentional you are about the cup needs to be here with the handle to the right, because when they come to stage left, you know, all of these different components, the couch got to be right here. You got markers on the floor for the whatevers, let alone if you ever watch the behind the scenes, just watch when they go from set to set. It's all kinds of stuff that have to be in place. So you got a competent background that adds to the story of the whatever. So like even Luria of Live Streaming Pros talks about this and why they have her and David got two different kind of sets because it's their own specific vibe. David want the Captain America shield. He want the lights. He want it to be kind of dark with just a key light on them, and that's it. Luria wants hers more airy and this, that, or whatever.
And bright.
But
it's 6 million plants, Luria.
Exactly.
I was giving her crap about that. I love her shots though. Her new setup looks so dope, and it was so cool because she's making a video to show you how she started that room from scratch. You know, and it's right. So Explanatory Live, here's your thing. Let me go ahead and answer this for you because I'm going to put this on point. I'm going to put this on the bed. What about Pat Flynn using the shotgun with his mic? Maybe Pat can get away with that because his voice is not insane like mine. I have a very loud, booming voice, like boom. And I've literally had people say, oh, you talk so loud. I talk the same all the time, but it's just my voice has a lot of bass. So I can't pull that. Right now, if I bring the shotgun mic that my dad uses, which is a very expensive Sennheiser, I want to say it's about 2,800 bones. That one will probably sound fantastic, but I'm not going to use a $200 Rode NTG because I know that it will listen to this room. This room is not sound treated. There's a huge piece of glass right there, so when I go, it's going to bounce back and hit the shotgun. You see what I mean? On this mic, when I go, it bounces. I can hear it. YouTube probably processed that out. You can't probably hear that. It doesn't bounce back. I can hear it because I'm sitting here, but you probably can't hear it. But the shotgun mic will hear that. Also, again, I showed you guys, I'm going to take my volume and put it on full blast and say nothing and listen to the room noise. There ain't any. There's none. There's none whatsoever. Because I'm not using the shotgun.
I mean, here's the thing. If you have to watch Pat's videos when he first started his channel. Not when he like first started, but when he first started taking YouTube seriously. Pat put all kinds of sound padding and stuff like that in his room. His room is very dead as far as the sound is concerned. It's carpeted. He has very, very thick sound pad, like the legit, not this stuff you get on Amazon. It's like an inch, even 2 inches. It's the real deal Holyfield, like thick thick sound padding stuff. So his room is very dead when it comes to sound bouncing around. So if Pat wanted to use a shotgun microphone, he's built that room to be able to handle it. So you never hear his kids. You never hear his wife. You never hear anything outside of whatever he's saying. So even with his voice, he has a room built for that. Most of us can't do that because you in a whatever part of your house trying to make it work. Even like if you do, it's a lot of money to put into deadening the sound in your room the proper way. So Pat did that. So it don't just look off of like, oh, he just at his desk too. No, you ain't seen the rest of his office. It's very much so sound padded. Even the windows.
June brings up a good point. A lot of company CEOs are served by an executive team, so they're somehow protected or shielded from potentially better advice. Yes, and not paying attention to the lights bugs the hell out of me. Me too. Even so, my own lights in the back are driving me nuts because we can't figure that out. So I'm just going to 86 them and go buy some new lights today because I just can't stand it. You know what, Luis, your Zoom mic setup right now is actually pretty dope. It's perfectly fine. It's absolutely perfectly fine. You know, it's funny, Patrick, I've never seen you from the YouTube icon, so you threw me off with that. It's funny. It's kind of unfortunate, but again, mics, it takes a while, bro. You would dial in mics forever and a day. It's the reason why every show, no matter what, artist comes to stage and us sound guys get yelled at them for 3 hours in sound check before they go. And then you got the guys who never show up, and then they get mad at the sound man when we're trying to get the audience to sound right. It's also why, see how important sound is, guys. Just wrap your head around this. And I know Ian can back me up on this. You know why every single show, the artist, the comedian, the public speaker has a writer? They want this mic with these exact speakers and this kind of processing rack, right? Not you, and then some guys will not come if your place doesn't have the equipment that they know sounds perfect for how they play. And you know what's really bad at that? Singers who can't sing. Like they learn how to fake it. I'm not mentioning any names, but you guys know of a few.
Ashanti.
Okay. Oh man, yo, she almost got Jack in Honolulu talking spicy to some Honolulu girls because she must have thought that they don't know. Oh, yo,
girl,
they was in the front row of her show and she got twisted with them. And I'm like, man, those girls will work you. You better be quiet, lady. Your security will get worked by those girls. They were anyway, they're friends of mine, so that's why I say that. Anyway, yeah, these guys are very particular about their writers. Need this mic, this lighting, this effects rack, and the whole 9 yards. So there's a reason for that, because sound is very much learned to be catered to yourself, right? And again, like Ian said, the Heil PR40 is a dope mic. It didn't match my throat, so I couldn't use it, right? I know for a fact that when I got this, I was clowning it because I was like, yes, they engineered it for the everyman voice. There is no way in heck that this $99 mic is going to handle all of my sound. And then I set it up, and then I tweaked it, and I played with it, and I got it right, and I was like, oh. But that said, the settings that Tom Buck told me to use don't work for me. It works for Tom. I love Tom, and his angle of approach was correct. I just had to adjust it for my loudness because I'm loud and I'm goofy. And then Tom has a nice, smooth, mellow Tom voice, and then he has things that he says are extremely punny. See, yeah, that worked. That works pretty good, right? And yes, sound checks for artists and musicians are crazy. 100%. Like I've been in this industry. I've been around sound and video pretty much my entire life. I started DJing when I was 13. So like I am very much in the ilk of sound. And I believe Andrew asked a while back about what's a good wireless setup. None. I refuse. Yeah. I will use them when I have to. But in a situation like this, I will refuse to put my whack show, not even a professional show, I refuse to put my whack show at the guise of wireless sound or wireless networking. right?
Unless you need to get up and like teach at a whiteboard kind of a stuff. But even then it's ways around things. And so like, and
Five
that's
foot
like
lapel cord.
exactly. I was just gonna say the Boya, a hook straight in. You know, here's the thing: wireless cuts out. I was on the Futures live stream. They do whiteboard teachings, and like that's something I definitely want to get into on the channel moving forward. You know, in this next year. But at the same time, all these noises from wireless, and they right there in the room. Ain't no whole bunch of people in there. There's not a whole bunch of phones and interference. All these noises just from being wireless. So it's a benefit to it in certain scenarios. Yeah. And it's like it frees you up. But at the same time, it also adds another level of complexity, always trying to watch. Is it still going through? Did the battery die? Did this happen? Interference here. It's just too much.
Mine is in my camera bag, and I use it in the fields when I have to. And I love my Rode Wireless Go. Love it. But, and I said 5 foot Boya and Rode and Deity come with 5-meter lapel cables. And people be like, I don't want no lapel mic because of this, and this. I'm like, dude, watch TV. Go right now. Just look your head across the other side of the room, pick on anything on television, and clip.
I don't understand that.
Just because you bought a $3 lapel mic that didn't work for you doesn't mean lapel mics are bad. The Sony lapel mic that I steal from my dad from occasionally, it's a $900 lapel mic. That boy's joint is bomb. And somebody said, well, I don't want to wear the Janet Jackson mic because you bought the $5 Janet Jackson mic. The DPA 44 or the Countryman M6 $800 one, oh, it's flawless. Joe Osteen tomorrow, boom.
That's what I don't understand. People make these grandiose setups for like you to be in your living room, and people that's making $1 million aren't fazed by it. That's what I say, majoring in the minor kind of stuff. It's like, stop. Get what you need to start creating and stop looking for other things to buy so that you don't have to create.
Ian, I'm going to answer your question because I love you so much. I want you not to talk in front of the wall. I know you have your thing and I love it, but you have so much personality for you to be talking in front of the wall. It makes me crazy. I'm going to find your channel. I'm pulling it up right now. But yes, I mean, I really, really love your stuff and you're so good. And I think I'm on your show coming up in February, if I remember correctly. Let's see. First of all, your brand game is fire. Your brand game is on fire. I don't even know why I try to even say nothing about it. Brand game. Look at that. Folks, this is how you thumbnail. This is how you brand. And this is how you set your shelves up. Ms. D went in detail on this yesterday. I need to clean my shelves. My shelves are messy. But look at this shelf game is on point. This is the Restream branded one. This is his personal one. And this is Live Tech and Gear. Like all of this is just delicious.
The show's branding makes sense. So when you see the thumbnail, you know what you're looking at.
Well, see, here's what's cool about his shelving game right here, too. Before you hit the fold, you see order. Underneath the fold, you could put the other stuff. It's okay. But I've already seen this and go, boom, dude's an expert, right? The other thing is this also good banner game. Like, Lola had the very ethereal, like sky, and yeah, the sky is cute, Lola, but it ain't you. You're cuter than the sky, Lola. Ian is an ugly mug, but he's up here. I trust him though.
Ian, that's not true.
He knows I'm messing with him. But I like this, and I like this target thing. Like I love targets. I don't know why I always have, always will. Maybe it's my ex-military shooter in me. I love targets. So let's do. That's coming up one. Let's pull up this one from a few days ago. I don't like seeing Ian trapped in the crazy person's room. I just don't. I don't know why. Because he has so much fire, personality, energy. Of course, the accent, as you know, us Americans, we love the accent. And if it was me, what I would probably do to keep it simple, though, and here's why I like you to keep it simple, because you do have multiple brands. IAG, as I like the notorious IAG. Behind you, get that wall a little bit cooler gray, like E6, like 50% grayish, and then get yourself a aperture. Where's my aperture? Oh, it's back there. I can't grab it. Get yourself an aperture or something that you can splash RGB color on the wall. So on the restream days, you can make that wall glow red while you're popped in front and doing your thing. On the non-restream days, you can pop it a different color. And another day, you can pop it a different color. You know what I'm saying? So you can add some life without doing too much. And another thing that you can do to add light is called starlights. Oh, y'all got me out here preaching in these streets.
Working today.
Like, I think just doing this alone, you don't have to do anything crazy to your backdrop, but you can get a little cool with it. So let's see. LED star lights. All right, cool. I know this is kind of goofy, but they have ones like this where you can just plug it into your wall. And I don't know if you should get the unicorn, bro, but you can get like various patterns or whatever. And there's even people that will make custom gobos, which is the cutout that you put in front of the light that will create all of these, right? So you could actually have that logo as a gobo. You can have this logo cut out as a gobo, and then you shine it through one of these refractor type things, and you'll just have little bits of that splashed on the wall like this little kid did right here. Like, that's what I would see. Because I understand the cleanliness of your shot, and I'm cool with that because, again, your content is on fire. I don't think you have to be scared of having some character in your background. The other person, IAG, notorious in your space, but brings crazy fire would be Scott. All right, there's Scott. This dude, that's the right way to spell it because this is not Scott's channel, but nope. Why can't I find it? Anyway, when you look at Scott's channel, now he turned this whole thing into a lab. I don't know why that guy is making fun of Scott. I don't know how to spell Scott's name. There it is. But and Scott's doing Vlogmas with us. But while I think most of his videos actually live on Facebook, so it might not be here. But when he does his his lab challenge and stuff, I like all of the character and stuff in his lab. Like, you can see that all of that fun character stuff in there. I was actually on this stream, but you see all of this stuff back here. Like, I like seeing that. I like seeing that he is as goofball and as crazy as I am. You know what I'm saying? So
it just adds to the personality, like to your brand is more than just the sharpness of the camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for example, I get on a consultation call with the client and they'll say something about what their favorite X-Men character is because on the bookshelf is a bunch of different Storm action figures. And so they hear me talk about Storm all the time. And they're like, oh, yeah, Cyclops is my favorite. And it's just like a connectivity point. That's way more meaningful than just to go because you're trying to go with that, you know, kind of clean look or whatever. So it's like, if you want it, like, what are the things that's you and that's your brand? And it's just another way to go deeper with your community. And it doesn't detract from the quality, the sharpness, or your professionalism.
Yep. And I'm glad so yes, Ian, when you get your new space, when you get your new house, like when you get your room, just like send a blank picture and I'll be more than happy to help you because I have curated my nerdiness, you know, like all over. Look, I even forgot it left my apple juice right there. It's in the box. It's boxed apple juice, and I keep it for just in case I get hungry because apple has pectin in it and it'll calm your hunger down. But yeah, it's just really subtle stuff. And the troopers I had because I'm a Star Wars nerd, but the $8 Target lights, don't suggest. You have Tesco's, you don't have Target, so you're good. But like just those simple, the red ones was like 5 bones, which is funny because they're better, but they said purple, but they're red. Just adding something as simple as that and having that Sigma 16. But like seriously, your content is on fire. I just would like to see more of your dope personality in your background as opposed to the wall. So for right now, just get a color light and splash yourself a little halo. Let me pull it up real quick. Sean, think guys, they did that.
Sean Cannell.
Yeah. Think Media. They did that, and after this, I'm gonna quit because I need to go eat. You guys are
I'm
killing
saying
me.
I'm putting in a DoorDash right now. Like, just bring it here. Golly, I gotta do Vlogmas and another stream at 7:00.
Here you go, Mr. IAG, just for you. Bam. Same
Omar
exact
for man.
setup, right? But they use brown paper on this particular one, but you can use any color paper. But they literally did the same exact setup and just changed that secret scroll light behind his chur. And it's a GVM 800D if I remember correctly. But let me just jump to right cheer, and then you'll see what I mean. Like, boom. And I love this shot because it speaks authority. He's there. I don't know about the Florida Marlins hat, but other than that, we cool. Red Sox Nation. But yeah, like, purple for Doc? Come on. Thank you, bro.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just good. It's such a simple trick, you know? And Chris Wood is doing it now in our Vlogmas challenge, but that simple trick alone will just give you a little sizzle. You know what I mean? And you don't even have to go. I wouldn't run out and buy 800D right now because you're about to get your new spot so you can build it according to your room. But you can get just a bowling P1 or aperture MC, which will come in handy for other stuff anyway. I'm using this aperture now. Is this a $70 light bulb, which I can change the, anything you want. And it actually comes off self-powered.
Somebody's asking about the hue light. So can you get the light bulb again and just go a little bit more into that? Because I don't think a lot of people.
That is known as an Aperture B7C. Brand new. It only came out in like late November. But what's dope about this is this battery. Sorry, wrong hand. It's battery operated, and I can control it from Apple, my phone. So the Philips hues are dope, but you need a hub, and you need your wireless working and a bunch of other stuff. This is independent. And so for roughly the same money, the reason why I love the Aperture, this particular light, is that when I am able to get out of jail and I can go back into the field and shoot, I can take it with me and I can use it on the shoot. So that's what I like about it. But right now, I'm just going to cycle through some hues. Now I just turned it kind of red. Let's crank the intensity up. But see how I just dramatically changed my background from flexing this light little bit? You know what I'm saying? Like, without doing much at all. And it's just the app right here. I am straight up changing my background just by flexing the light just a tiny little bit. So that's why I think something like this is a little better. And yes, the hue perfectly can do all of this, but it just requires a bunch more stuff. And yes, Patrick, thank you for posting that in the thing, because I love that light, bro. Absolutely love that light. It is no joke. And it's cool. And you can do cool stuff. Like if I want to pretend to do a little fireplace action where like I'm pretending to sit in front of the fireplace and talk to y'all, I could come over here. I could put it in fireplace mode. And then if you didn't see the light and all you saw was the wall, I'd be like, I am enjoying a Cuban by the fireplace, reading over some volume of forgotten lore. And then suddenly I hear rapping as if someone was gently tapping, tapping at my chamber door. Oh, fire. Baltimore in the building. Sorry. I just had a moment.
That's why I like this Andy Cindy light. Everybody was talking about like when I did the thing and it's like you got the police flashing light. When I was doing the skit, it's like bust one of these off of the side of the wall and you're good to go. It looks like it's like, well, the ear slicing saint has been caught. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up the stream.
Hey, I'm saying this right here is giving me some type of feels. I'm kind of scared right now. But yeah, exactly. You know, they got everything, party lights. And then one of my other favorite ones is right here. Introducing Miss Diana Gladney, paparazzi. So yeah, there you go, gang. I hope we was able to provide you some situational value today. I appreciate the notorious IAG popping on my stream. And if I remember my calendar correctly, I will be on his show sometime in February. By that time, I won't be having flickering purple lights, I would have sussed this out. And yeah, I appreciate all you guys for coming through. I appreciate everybody for the super chats. I appreciate Miss D for helping me keep the somewhat professionalism in the show.
We do what we can out here in these streets.
Tiny bit. This is probably the most professional one yet. India
as
wasn't
you say,
up
just
here.
a little bit.
She wasn't up here hanging upside down on my stream, India. But yeah, gang, keep going with your Vlogmas videos. I really, really appreciate it. I am having so much fun watching you guys glow up. Ian, I will send you a complimentary invite to the group. You don't have to do Vlogmas if you don't want, but you can just come in and see all of the cool kids and what they're up to and what they're learning. I think you'll get a kick out of it. We've taken people that started and they're just growing up, you know, much, much better streams every time. My heroes right now is like Jody and Sammy because they're putting in the work. And yeah, man, like I appreciate you guys. So thank you. And random appearance by my brother June K.
Glad you ain't had a police light coming in looking like SWAT.
Yeah, dude, that's funny. All right, gang, I'm out, and then I'm gonna go beat up my little brother. I appreciate you guys.
All right,
ow! Wait, no, I don't trust him. Where'd he go? I don't trust him behind my head doing something. Anyway, love you folks, man. I appreciate everything you guys do. Ian, you're welcome to come to the show anytime and make trouble. We appreciate you. Aloha no. I see you guys in the community, fam. Kim, thank you, Mom. Good to see you. Thanks, Teddy. Peace out. Oh, I gotta press this. I forgot this is YouTube. I gotta press my actual in-card stuff. Don't pull the plug. Where the heck did my in-card go, June? Oh, no, it's missing. The movie is missing. All right, we're just gonna have to have this ugly in-card then, because the movie is missing. Here, I know what I'll do. I'll go to effects, and then I'll do saturation. Yeah, we'll just rock it like that.